are the only one who get really beat up. I got really beat. It's just that me add a different dimension to the word beat. Because you would get beat before, you know. But if me say, boy, you know, say, him, at the first time in him career, him really get beat. All me just try to say is that this is the first, the one fight you fight where you can't say you get where the man genuinely come out and mash you. That's all me I say now.
Why? That explanation there. I don't.
You know, cut it at all, Monsieur.
No,
Talk
me
straight.
not get that explanation.
Sorry, you don't.
You know, cut it at all.
Me not get that explanation. Yeah. With all due respect.
Others will.
No, with all due respect, me not get that explanation.
When I say it amongst other people, they got it.
If I that you said to CC catch you yesterday, me sorry, me never hear CC call.
Yeah, man.
Old
play and playing better is the same thing, Monsieur. The exact same.
Man, if you're old player, me then I play it. Hold on, but by the way, again, no, Mr. Higgins.
No, hold on. Here's what me I said to you. No.
Hold on.
You want me to say to you, Monsieur, man. Here's what me I said to you. I am saying in the other two games. All right, go on.
Well, I make it talk with that. Because you know, when you come out to Mount Salem, we're not the
thing, that is,
we do that. Right? So the word play better and outplay.
Yeah.
There's not much difference there, Mr. Higgins.
But I'm the one who said that, been saying that for 10 years.
Right. Then why you gonna use something like you want to suckle your way out of this?
No, because this all me are saying, my boss. Once me beat you can't tell me that you play better than me. And that is what me used to tell people.
Full stop, hold on.
Yes, but me I said, based on that next. All right, go on. Because you're going to make me explain what I said eventually.
One Celtics, why name New York?
One Celtics win. They outplay Knicks.
They outplay Celtics.
I agree. No, man. The Celtics lose. So Knicks would have outplayed them. But the point I was trying to make is that for the first two games,
and this is the thing.
Hold on, make the point, big man.
You talk. No, yeah, you.
For me, there's two kinds of outplay. One, when you farm the fool, like how Celtics farm the fool in the first two games. So outplaying the outplay that Knicks outplayed you was more your fault than anything with Knicks do.
You can't have your cake and eat it.
But I am going to have my cake. Game 4 though, you were outplayed not because of you, but because of the other team. That's all I was trying to say.
Man.
Yeah.
I remember when this play better a lot of time when even Mr. Matthews agree a lot of times with this in some instance about the play better.
Yes.
But when Mr. Matthews come and I say you can look at aspects of the game, and say, oh, the defense did this and the attacker did that and the other. You shut it down and say for as long as everything there is no refereeing this or refereeing.
You can't say you play better than this.
I want to tell him, Mount Salem, even though I don't use the full word, a lot of time I used to say, listen, when these players break down the opposing team and miss some easy chance. And Orville used to say, hold on, man. Orville used to say to me, that can't work. If you take the man off of the field, those goals would have gone in. Right. So I don't understand now about is you farm the fool.
All right, there's outplay and there's outplay.
If you take the man off of the court,
there is beat and there's beat.
But there's nothing wrong if the man catch you.
No man, we can't get the catch. There's a difference between them. All right, here's what I say now.
CC, big up yourself.
All right, big up CC. Because I know the whole
One last thing before we go.
Hold on, there is beat in one context and beat in another context.
The man catch you.
Yeah, but hold on, then make me so me say, brother. There's beat and there's beat. A man squeeze you upon the line in a 100-meter race. Him beat you, you know. But a man beat you by 40 meters is a different.
Squeeze you a one love in the last.
Him beat you, him outplay you. Yes. But a man will give you 6 love. It's a different kind of outplay, that brother. And that is all I was trying to say.
Mr. Orville, you're not going to get away with that.
Do you believe that a 1 love outplay is the same thing as a 6 love outplay?
Man. A man have attack you for the whole game and can't score. And squeeze you at the 95th minute.
Him outplay you.
Squeeze you.
Him outplay you. Technically, you can't say you outplay him.
Yeah, but that's what you said yesterday, Orville. You said this is the first game New York Knicks outplayed Boston.
Yes.
Exactly.
That is a contradiction.
No, man. And what I mean by this outplay.
Nothing wrong in that.
Not that's all I catch me.
Outplay means
what I say with this time around is that this time around, Boston can't say them farm the fool. So there's outplayed and there's outplayed. Outplayed, results never go your way. You can't say you're outplayed. This time around, all I was saying is that this is the only game that Knicks.
Big up CC, you get one.
Yes. That Knicks never lose because of Boston did. Knicks just take for the game from you. And that basically me say.
Anyway, Mr. Higgins, the IPL will resume back weekend.
Yes, I understand.
I know it's a Bramble team. We have a white ball series that start May 21. Do you think the players that are going to play IPL, are they going to be part of that series?
If they get called enough to come, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but are the business and the IPL in that one, that is?
All right, Mount
But they will replace them because I hear the England players, they say the IPL will allow you to replace the players.
All I was saying, Mount Salem, I can be outplayed because me underperform. And me can be outplayed because the other team just totally overwhelmed. That is the distinction I was making. Some get it, some don't. But we'll take the break. We're coming back.
Clear your barrows and personal shipments with ease and convenience. Request a customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
1:15.
Slowing starting? Won't start? Visit Champion Battery Company Limited, specializing in automotive batteries, windshield repair, and headlamp polishing. Don't replace discolored head and tail light. Restore to factory-like condition with the Polyhog system. Glass technology, we save them. Everything priced to meet recession and your shrinking dollar. Champion Battery does it all. The battery of champions. Visit 59 Constant Spring Road, Kingston 10. Telephone 926-2646.
You're listening to Omega Radio. Broadcasting live. Omega Radio. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back. 615-2841. Obviously. All right, back on line. Hello.
Yeah, man. Hello.
Yes, Badger degree.
Good afternoon, Badger.
How you doing? Remember, like a disclaimer. People, I am here to take on Mr. Higgins, and it's not that I don't like him, it's just that I am here to take him on. So Higgins,
yes, indeed.
You're not going to say that in the conversation as we go along. You hear?
All right.
Yeah. Good afternoon. CC, how you doing?
Oh, by the way, we young trainee still in the studio.
Oh, young trainee, how you doing, young trainee?
I'm doing good.
All right.
Miss
William.
At the right place for a test in of weeks to see if you really want to get into that. Did I know you did that?
Not too bad, Badger.
This is the time you can just kick back and relax. And
yes.
When I leave you, I just say, I know it's your turn. You hear?
All right.
Yes. Mr. Higgins, I agree with you, Mr. Higgins, that you have outplayed. I agree with you. These people just don't understand what you're saying, you see?
Yeah, just like beat. Me can't beat you, but me can beat you.
They don't understand, Mr. Higgins. So like I agree with you now, right?
Yes.
Let me bring you back to what started this discussion.
Yes.
It was a match between Brazil and Italy in the '82 World Cup. When we were trying to say that Brazil was not really beaten by Italy. They were just outplayed. You understand? And it's because
I don't remember that.
You know that.
They were not beaten, but they were beaten. You can't lose and not be beaten, brother.
They were forming the fool, Mr. Higgins.
But Brazil, if you're forming the fool, you still got beat.
No. Listen to me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. Remember now, we used to try to tell you that a side can outplay a side.
No, that was not an argument.
No.
The argument was about playing better.
Yeah, but outplaying and playing better is the exact same.
Outplaying and playing better is the same thing, Mr. Higgins.
That was not what we were arguing with.
Yes.
Here's how the outplay come in.
No, Mr. Higgins.
You say after they play better and lose, you don't get nowhere.
Let me start.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. Because in the first one, you see, Zidane, this is where I Zidane now. Brazil beat everything in front of them by 4-1 and 4-1. You understand? So they were clearly the better team in that competition, you see? And when they play Italy, they only needed that draw to go through. You understand? And they were just calming the food. You understand? So Italy never really. What's the term that you use, Mr. Higgins? The new term that you're giving us now. Tell us now. Italy never. Play better than them and lose. They just farming the fool.
No, but if you farm the fool and lose, the team still play better than you.
Team better than you. Yes. Okay. So what you are saying now, Mr. Higgins, is that they never really outplayed Brazil, right? They never really outplayed them.
They did, man.
They did.
They did, but there's degrees to outplay.
Oh, the degree.
Yes.
Give me the degree that you are using now.
Okay.
The degree.
There's difference to when me say me beat you as well in a budget.
No. Give me the degree now, because I want to use the same.
I am saying that a game that ends with a 1 goal difference for one team. Them beat you still. The team will score 1 more than you beat you.
Yeah, man. Yes, but the degree.
Them still outplay.
Give me the degree of what you want to use, because that is what we were trying to tell you from day one.
But that's the same thing what Mr. Stella said, brother. You outplay the man. Once you beat the man, you outplay the man. What I was saying about the Celtics game and the next game is that this is the first game of the 3 that the outplaying wasn't by Celtics farming the fool. So Celtics farmed the fool in their first 2 games and got outplayed. This 4th game, Celtics outplayed them. Knicks outplayed them. So it wasn't Celtics farming the fool. You understand the difference? You got outplayed when you farmed the fool.
This was the first
but you got outplayed when you did still a try. That's all I was saying, you know. This is the first game where Celtics got outplayed when they were trying. And them now farm the fool. That is all me I say, no, brother.
In the first 2 games.
Yeah, but hold on.
First 2 games,
hold on, Bachi. This was not said yesterday, man.
No.
If this was said yesterday, that would be a different thing. Orville, you said this was the first game New York outplayed Boston. That is a contradictory statement.
No, that is what I thought you would understand me.
No, you can't talk somebody when somebody be direct in saying that.
No, but Badger,
you ample time now.
What me think you don't understand from that statement? Because once me beat you, me outplay, you know.
Yeah.
But all I was saying, my boss, is that that game here. Because remember me come telling us that the first 2 games, Celtics farmed the fool, you know.
No.
Yeah, but
this game here, them got beat.
But how come when you used to come and say that team they play better and lose, Orville didn't understand what you mean?
No. Right. Yes.
Because so how you want we can play better and
so
lose.
how you want we understand what you were saying when you said Knicks outplaying Boston for the first time? You want us to understand what you were saying?
Yes.
But you didn't understand what we were saying?
No.
Because we're saying the same thing now in about you.
All the points
that Orville is making now, this is what I meant. They were forming the fool. That's what I used to say.
We're not saying this yet.
That's what I used to say about you. That the strikers are forming the fool. It's not the great defense. And
but they were still outplayed.
Yes, but that's what we meant.
No, man.
And I will tell me about take up defender. Take up defender.
Hold on, no,
you're going to hear me because I've been quiet. Orville used to tell me, Badger, that Zidane, you're talking rubbish when I used to call. Because if I take up the defender, them half of the field, all those goals will go in. So him giving the credit to the defense. All of us to know is Boston and farm the fool. That is a contradictory reasoning and statement.
Badger,
you're simple.
Badger.
You say the basketball. If you take those other 5 players off the
I still maintain that.
So, me understand.
So, no farm the fool. If you take the money off of the field, you can't have the 2 statements. You can't say, take them off, you see. They are saying, farm the fool.
Somebody else will understand. I didn't expect Badger to understand. I never expect Zidane. I know the other people who won't understand to it. All right. So we will.
I can tell you one winner.
Wow.
Diego doesn't understand.
No, well, me know what you're calling him them yet. I'm prejudiced. Lead the witness.
No. I'm telling you, Mr. Higgins, that we were telling you the statement that you were telling us. No. And your statement was a blunt statement.
No, you weren't.
What do you mean?
Because listen to my argument, Baba. I gave Mount Salem the example, and I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah.
Listen to this example.
Mm-hmm.
A boxer goes into a ring and lose him first 4 fights by split decision. Barely lose them fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the fight done, him now. Listen to the point, man. In those 4 fights, and I can use it with any other sport. But I want you to understand the point. So in those, in the first 4 fights,
I'm not sure that instead.
well, but then let me make it. So in those first 4 fights, he got beat. They were all by split decision.
Yeah.
Never get no whole heap of punishment in that ring, but he got beat. So beat in that context means you lose. Because once you have a winner and a loser, somebody get beaten. You agree? I am going to waste some more time. So, but listen to.
Let me give us.
No. But you see what me I say? Come in, big man. You have to work with what me I say.
All right, go on.
Yeah, man. Just work with what me I say. So once the man beat you, once the referee put up one man hand, even if the decision is split, that man beat you, you know. Beat in the context that him win the fight. Right, but there is another context to the word beat. So me I say now, if the fifth fight now, he mash up your face, beat you up, thump you out in the 4th round. Now me is a sports writer or a sports reporter, and I say, you know, so you have all the 5 fights, whether man a fight. The 5th fight is the only one where him really get beat.
Badger.
You have to understand me, I try to say, brother.
Badger.
That's simple something that.
Listen to me carefully, Badger. If somebody had come on the radio and said, listen, in the first 2 games, New York wasn't great. But Boston did a lot of things wrong. That is logical.
Yes, sir.
In the last game, somebody said New York was greater than the games before. And that was the main reason why they won those games. Nobody would disagree with that. Or people might disagree, but logical. That was not said. This is what was said. This is the first game that New York outplayed Boston. Badger, that statement is nonsensical.
No, it's not.
Going by the previous reason, that statement is nonsensical. This was not the first game, going by Orville logic, that New York outplayed Boston. The other 2 games that they won, New York did outplay Boston. Different. That's what was said. Different context to the word outplay.
What happened in the first 2 games? Did New York outplay Boston?
Yes, they did.
Then why did you say they didn't? This is the first time.
I never said they did. No, but I'm using outplayed in 2 different contexts.
But outplay me one thing, you play better.
And I'm saying, all I'm saying, you know, is that this is the only game, and I try to explain it. Where is not the other team farm the fool while you beat them. This time you were genuinely out.
I take them off for the court.
If me did use the word genuinely, you know that understand?
Badger, take them off the court and you see if they would have farmed the fool. I see what I win the game.
We have an example. We don't have an idea. We give an example. Right after the game going on the team attack.
Yeah, man. No clutching at straws. I don't know what I was saying. I don't know what I was saying. Just like if Mr. Boy, this is the first time that boxer get really beat, you know. You know what I mean? Not the first time him lose. Just a different play upon the word. Just a different context. I may understand, say, me go and have
different
people. Yes.
But you know what? You know what is irony in this? When I used to give the examples of team being destroyed, I'm gonna miss wide open chance, and me say, boy, and a defender start them. They always say, Zidane, you're talking rubbish. Take them out for the field. I say they're not going. Not give the defender them the credit.
Badger, here's what Mega said now.
He gave the defense all the credit in those examples.
Yes, when they call us them call, uno me attack. Uno me attack on here, sir.
So why difference?
No, the difference is. Me not attack on Zidane. You know me.
There's nothing to take on. You talk rubbish. You understand?
Yeah, no.
If the whole world, the contradiction.
Hold on.
Not taking you on.
Hold on. Me just say it again.
Well, I'm going to talk, though, you know.
No, you can't talk.
If you're trying to prevent me from talking,
no.
So why are you telling Badger about you taking out the call?
Because Badger call the program, I'm not really hear what Badger
Yeah, you have heard what he's saying.
All right, Badger,
your people are listening out there.
Badger, you're good with that.
Why are you trying to keep me silent?
No. Badger,
why are you telling Badger that when the call is
no,
why are you trying to keep
Badger, you done talk?
What are you trying, Orville?
No, don't talk.
You realize?
No, but we have to run.
You realize since you're going to make your complaint, me not trouble you. Badger. This time you blatantly attack nonsense, and I'm going to point it out.
Badger.
Yes, sir.
Was nice talking to you.
Was nice talking to you. And I was nice talking to you.
And I will talk to every single caller. No caller will call this program today, and I'm going to sit back and say anything. I'm going to talk to the callers.
Yes, talk to the callers.
All right. I will be responding to the call.
I don't know why this man emphasized that he's only going to talk to callers.
Because the callers call for take me on.
But there are other days when callers are talking to me and you get involved. No. I don't say anything. There are many days when callers call Dwight Chatu was talking to Zidane the other day, and you insist that Dwight Chatu will not do it. You have to interfere in the conversation.
No, man, but we don't do it, Carl.
Don't do that, Orville.
Anyway,
you're out of order, my boss. You won't stop it on the radio. You don't like to be challenged, and I keep telling you, and you try to lie to other people to say that you like the challenge. You don't want me to challenge you, my boss. You misspoke, and you don't want to admit it. You talk rubbish, and you're going to get it, my boss. Don't try to run from it and talk, but when the callers call, you're not what Zidane. You're going to talk to the callers only.
All right, so we take a break. We'll go
out of order.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Rextra, Heineken, True Milk, Rex, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating Gaming and Laws Act.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by EdgeChem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca is expected to lead the team into next season, even if they fail to qualify for the Champions League. The club hierarchy, led by co-sporting director Paul Wilston and Lauren Stewart, plan to reserve judgment on the 45-year-old Italian until the summer of 2026. That is despite ongoing uncertainty over whether Chelsea will secure a top 5 finish following their 2-0 defeat at Newcastle on Sunday. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by EdgeChem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich financing.
Something good. Hey, joins me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio. What you gotta do?
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, 615-2841. Let's go back to that. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good day, sir.
This sound like Rabalak.
Something like that.
Oh, how you doing?
All right, listen. I never listened to the show yesterday, so I don't really know the full context of what was going on. So I'm going to make that clear from the get-go. So this is not a full defense or anything, but from my just listening to what was said a while ago, I can see where you can play a match and you dominate. You beat up the man. You beat the man 5-1. And you can play a match that you win. You play better, but he didn't really dominate. I get the impression that that's the argument that is being put out there. Am I wrong?
That's exactly what.
You're completely wrong.
Completely wrong.
Let me tell you what was said. You listen for yourself. You know the history. New York Knicks leads the best of 7 series, 3-1 currently. You're aware, right?
Mm-hmm.
Orville yesterday said, after the result the night before, that this was the first game that New York outplayed Boston. And you know that over the years, Orville said, you cannot outplay a team and lose the game. Now, if New York is leading the series 3-1, how then would the previous game be the first time in the series where New York outplayed Boston? That is straight contradiction.
I'm going to tell you from my own basic understanding. I might not be as bright, but my basic understanding tells me this. In the first 2 games,
Celtics were on top and pretty much winning.
No, man, we know the analysis.
Let me just make the point now. And New York came back and won. They didn't seem to dominate the game. It didn't seem as
no, man. That is not. No.
It seemed more like Celtics were giving away the game. I kind of got that from what I heard.
Who played better in those games?
Well, the winning team played better, but in terms of dominating,
yeah, but I'm saying the man said everybody knows that you can dominate, you can win by 20, and you win by 1 or 2 different games. That is not the discussion. The discussion is.
Well, I didn't get the.
But I just told you, my boss, and you're trying
to get to the context, right?
I just told you, and what you're trying to do is trying to just deflect from the reality of what was said.
No, I'm not trying to deflect. Why would I deflect? What is in it for me?
I don't know.
I don't get that.
But I don't know.
But I will tell the steers to that, and I'll tell the steers as a man to a man. You need to calm down, brethren.
I know.
You're hosting the program. One of the things I've recognized with you is that when you get hot, you tend to use a lot of hyperbole. Some words that are unnecessarily go to the extreme.
Everybody does.
Some stuff I said a while ago was unnecessary.
Everybody does stand
agreement.
No.
But you're unready.
Anyway, enough of you. Enough of you, my boss. Enough of you, my boss. Enough of you. Next call. I know this was going to be an attack. I know. Next call, please. Yes. Yeah, man. Same like how we do at Chateau, man. Next call. Yeah, man. 615-2841. That's 615-2841 or 676-6968. I've been very calm, people. Very, very calm. I'm a co-host on this program. And the other host, Garvey calls to take me on very often. Garvey calls to take me on about New York. And the other host comes in. I don't say anything. It's okay to get involved and be a part of the discussion. All of a sudden, when the callers call, I'm only going to talk to the callers. What is wrong with you, my Rabalak friend? I knew from the angle you were taking, man. I knew where you were going to go, man. I've been very calm. Because it's only when Zidane levels goes up, it's a problem. Everybody level goes up on the program. Everybody. Go find the tapes. They are there. Come and start. I have my tapes them now. We go back online. Hello?
Zidane, calm down.
I am very calm, my boss.
Tell the people and say nobody know war more than me. Yet we still maintain a cordial relationship. Tell the people.
I'm very calm, sir.
Good, sir. Yeah, David.
Me there, man.
Stop trying to save Orville, man. Orville, take your beat, man. CC, you hold your man. You hold your man.
All right, sir.
What a tango web we weave when we try to deceive. You never saw that one. You see that, Orville, in your attempt to go against Garvey. You see, Shango did warn you.
How did I try to go against you? How did I try to go against you?
To kind of CC catch you that,
no, man. People out there understand what I was trying to say. but I know where the opposition would come from. And you may expect you did for so. No, all me I say, brother, is that this is the one game where Celtics lose where they were genuinely outplayed rather than them hand the team the game. That's all me I say. You know?
Me talk to CC this morning. Him say him flower of choice is tulips.
All right, sir.
Yeah, so you know what to do next.
No, well, like me say, you know, other people out there understand.
Anyway, me come to talk about a serious issue today. I'm not talking about basketball today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk an issue that bugged me from the other day. I'm going to go back to it. Read this whole Asafa Powell thing, right?
Yes.
I know my MO in Zidane. Me has things on the Rolodex and me to go back to. That's how we do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Asafa Powell was unfairly castigated, criticized, and burnt at the stake in my eyes. And I made it clear to your number one competitor down the road that I was not happy with his state. I made it in no uncertain terms that I was not happy with him and the way how he was dealing with Asafa. Now I want to speak to a specific issue here, Zidane, right?
Yes.
The J3s, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a contract with Puma Orville.
Yeah.
Where it's an 8-year contract where Puma is paying them 38.5 or 38.8 million US over an 8-year period, along with sponsorship of the kit and blah blah blah. You know, little etc. But the cash part we are focused on, right?
Yeah.
Now, who you think made that possible for the J3s to be receiving that money?
Who are you going to tell me?
Wouldn't you say it's the exploit, the international exploit of our local athletes, Orville?
That certainly contributed to it. Can't go around that.
Okay. And what else contributed to it?
I don't know who directly brokered the arrangement. But clearly, that arrangement could not be broken.
Remember, we live in a free market economy. Puma is not going to just take up $40 million and invest in something where they don't see feasibility to make back their money plus profit.
Yes.
Come on. It's the attraction that Jamaica's track and field presents based on our stellar history in track and field.
And I'm saying I'm agreeing with you, my boss. But I'm
saying, other reason. No, tell me about no party. There's no other reason. That is the only reason.
How do you know if it is Puma approach us or we approach Puma?
Listen to this man.
We don't know how the deal go, my boss.
Listen to this man. This man always like, hey, you see why? Hey,
listen, Garvey, Jamaica is brilliant in spring.
Let me maintain my car.
We have brokered an arrangement, as you are telling us. Now, clearly, Jamaica's sprinting prowess.
All right, what percentage of that thing you think?
I don't know.
No, me ask you. Give me an opinion.
How much percent me think of our track and field history
goes to the athletes and their exploits over the years?
I would say 75%.
What says you, Mr. Lord Zidane Matthews?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
No.
But all me say now, I don't know who brokered the deal.
So
I don't know who called and helped with the negotiations.
Next question I'm going to ask you, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's unreasonable that a part or a fraction of those proceeds should be parlayed into some type of pension fund, whether it be medical or emergency funds for the people who are primarily responsible for making these monies responsible in the future? Should it be the case? Let me give you an example. Let's say you have an athlete, him go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
He run and him win a bronze medal, Zidane, right? And 6 months after the Olympics, he get into a car accident and he's now paralyzed from the waist down for the rest of his life.
You're talking about an insurance scheme. I understand that there's an insurance scheme for some of Jamaica.
No. Me not just talk about insurance scheme.
Where you talking?
Them kind of money I can go further. Listen, you see, and that is the sad thing. The original pension scheme, Orville, that was started by the government, right? At that time, we didn't have this lucrative of a contract with Puma. The government was responsible for paying 95%.
Garvey, get to the point. What would you want the government?
No, listen to me. I said, so the J3A, no, me a call for now. The J3A. Orville, me want you relax, and don't tell me about get to the point. There are people out there who want to hear this thing,
You're on the radio for
now landed this lucrative contract with Puma now, Mr. Higgins, who always try to defend administrations and say it is passion that caused it. And that is why you come up with this passion argument, It is a method that you have of excusing administration from the
How am I excusing administration
now? Back to the argument to that. Do you think it's unreasonable, Zidane, that an organization like the J3, who parlayed the popularity of Jamaica's printing dominance into almost a $40 million contract, they should be compelled to put some of those funds away into some kind of pension scheme to benefit the people that made it possible?
So what am I saying differently to that?
What says you, Mr. Higgins?
But I agree with you, my boss. I don't understand why you're taking me on when I hear up on the same side. If athletes, if something can be set aside from the kitty for what you call it now, insurance purposes down the road, why you think me have a problem with that?
And I hope your competitor down the road is listening now, because I want to beat him over. Bad over this. The next thing more you focus on to Orville, right? There was a program that was started about 25 years ago, right? And it was a program called the Solidarity Program, where it helped track and field athletes. People like Dr. Gregory Horton did a video on YouTube, and he spoke about the program where he was also beating your competitor down the road over his comments. And he spoke about the
big man, why you not talk to the competitor down the road?
Hold on, man.
I don't really want to hear about the competitor down the road.
Enough beating on this program. I've spoke about this on this program. It's not the first time I'm speaking on this. So back to what I'm saying. Dr. Gregory Horton spoke about a program that was implemented by the government, Solidarity, from which benefited people like Usain Bolt. You understand? We need to reinvigorate programs like that, revitalize our track and field, invest in the kids. There is money there. Don't make them tell them about no money there, no people. Them use the popularity of the picnic them. And it's almost $40 million. Let them give back some to the development of track and field and the sustainability and future of our retired athletes. Gone.
All right, Garvin, big up yourself.
Yeah.
With that, we take a break. We're coming back.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Brinks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Something good. Hey, joins me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio. What you gotta
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. 615-2841, 615-2841, or 676-6968. Those are the numbers to call.
What do we do, Astar? We go back online. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, I want. Big up on yourself.
Leon.
Oh, yeah, man. Get on so quick, never realize. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up. Yeah, man. So, you know what? That thing the Orville from 20 years ago. With the top. But you know what? The best we have to see it is actually football, you know.
To see what?
Football. We a team play better have the better the player because of the way football is.
Yeah.
You know. Most of football is in the actual development or the player develops.
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
Well,
I'm saying
what I can tell you, Leon, what I used to say, is that I can't think of any other sport where you can outplay the other team and lose the game. Me hearing it. Hold on now. No, the main person who used to take me on about that nothing can go so. You can't outplay the opponent and lose the game. He's now bringing it to a sport where I think it is impossible.
Yeah, because basketball is a scoring game.
End to end, yes. So if me score 89 and you score 91, then a whole heap of points that me score. So that is the sport where probably it is impossible.
It's impossible to see it except in a football.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
Yeah, man. Moving on. Liquor cricket now. So IPL resumes.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, man. So we notice Virat Kohli has retired from the red ball. Red ball cricket.
Iman Rohit Sharma. One behind each other.
Yeah. Almost, yeah. So Virat Kohli, Orville.
Yeah.
Is he a great batsman?
Yeah, man. You can't go around that. There are others who may be greater, but
is Shiv Chandra Paul a greater batsman?
Me think Shiv is a better test batsman. What Kohli average, by the way? 47, you said?
Hey. You should have clear to start business the way of
so what makes Kohli a better test match batsman than? What makes Kohli a better test match batsman than Shiv?
Jano. You know the eye test.
Eye test?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm gonna work with eye test, my brother.
I use the eye. Hey, all of them are come back, brother.
Yes, fine. I welcome.
I didn't want to Kohli that end up with 46 average And some brother, some boring batsman gone 51 or 52, you know, brother. That are 5 points below, you know.
So what makes Kohli better? That may I ask you. If you can come up with some reasons, we can work with it.
If you see Kohli bat, if you see Kohli compile runs.
So you're based on how them look.
Out on the field. You know, say Kohli, Kimner and Chandapal cannot carry the man strap.
No, well, unlike you, me can't look on how you look when you are compile runs. The 200 are there for the same reason. For score runs and people are out, you know. And I think Shiv.
One man had no chance scratch and the other thing he can do, he can defend. You know, if Kohli
he can't defend.
He might go defend him wicket. Children and Chandapal cannot defend.
No, man. You mean Shiv can't defend? Then how, you know what that Shiv, you want to know some of the records that Shiv has when it comes to being difficult.
A million record.
That means you're not talk about Gusto then.
He got to score runs and he got to entertain. And maybe accumulate runs. We don't have 4th and 5th.
No, man.
Children and Chandapal go out for defending wicket and second to accumulate runs.
You know how much runs? Hold on, make it the 12 talking a big man. You know how much runs Shiv get in his career?
How much of them in making a winning cause?
No, man, that's no one different argument, brother. Shiv make over 11,000 runs in a cricket and you say him no go out to accumulate runs. What kind of argument that, brother?
You have to factor in.
Huh?
You have to factor in runs in a winning cause.
No, man, then Brian Lara wouldn't great then, because Brian Lara loses the same, basically the same set of game them where Shiv lose.
Brian Lara have the numbers.
So does Shiv. And the two of them lose a whole heap of game. So no use that losing.
He coming back.
Leon, you're bramble, my boss.
Say that. Me bramble, me say Shivnarayan Kohli greater than Shivnarayan Chandapal.
You're dismissing Shivnarayan completely, my boss.
Man, Shivnarayan Chandapal, no in the same room, brother.
Yeah, but you know that Chandapal made a lot of. Hold on, you know that Chandapal made a lot of those runs against the people that you all call the greatest, some of the greatest bowlers of all time.
I feel name come to.
No, Leon, address this now. You all think that a lot of the bowlers that Brian faced are some of the very greatest of all time. You know, Shivnarayan and Chandapal faced those very same bowlers as well, right?
You know, for me, every era of them great good bowlers.
No, man, but fine. But the Glenn McGrath and the Military and the Shane Warne of this world, they are some of the very, very best ever. And I'm saying Shiv faced them a lot of times.
I'm not really in a club that do that, you know. Good bowlers, you know, brother.
I never said good bowlers not around now, my boss.
Eh?
How many bowlers are around now better than Glenn McGrath? And what's him?
Australia have good bowler, man.
And the ones.
So Dale Steyn. The brother name Boomerang and no normal bowler, no brother.
I never said good bowlers not around, no brother. And Boomerang play for India as well. So Kohli won't face him.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about if they are around.
All right, sir, but you can't dismiss
one other little thing. They want to juxtapose three players. And it's over basketball. You have Gilford Alexander, Huntsman, and the mad one from Memphis. Grizzlies.
Jamaran.
Yeah, which one of them in your mind, and with all of them assets, which one of them more talented?
Talent? Shea, man. Who you go again? Shea, Jamaran, and who?
Huntsman.
Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
You know, my left. I think he's more mentally focused.
Well, he plays with poise, man. Very calm.
Yeah.
And it doesn't appear that he feels pressure.
Yeah?
It doesn't appear that he feels pressure. You don't see any different reaction on his face.
More of a laser focus to me.
Well, I said talent, you know, that's not what you asked me about, you know. But you're right about that. But you mentioned talents are the talent me address.
A part of talent, that is part of talent.
No, sir. All
right. So to me, they rank them. Ant-Man have the size, right? The size. Because I put in everything in a page, you know. And size matters in a basketball, don't it?
Yes.
So, Ant-Man have size. That have part-time asset. Very good skills, basketball skills.
Yes.
Alexander have less basketball skills to me. Pure basketball skills.
Really?
The best.
His handle is great. Hold on. His handle is great. Mid-range. Can rebound. Yeah. Excellent defender. Good passer. Ant-Man can't pass like Shea.
No, that's not a part of his.
Yeah, but that's a part of your skill set, your passing ability.
So Ant-Man is a machine when it comes to knocking down. Very calm also.
Yeah, but she knocks down a lot too. Very high percentage, especially from mid-range.
To me, now.
She is more likely to get your basket than a sure basket than Ant.
And the most Jordan-like is it actually the mad one who have the left head.
Okay. All right.
He has the least brain power. And in fact, he has very little brain power.
All right, sir.
But I think he has the most pure basketball asset.
Because he can fly and dunk and them something there.
Yeah,
no, Sam.
Him dangerous.
Him talented for true still, but me have she at the top of the list of those three.
No.
All right.
Most brain, but less physical asset.
All right.
Physical attributes.
All right, Leon. Rounded call from you. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man.
All right. 615-2841. We go back on line. All right. The lines are open. 615-2841 and or 676-6968.
Yeah, but and Leon, I hope you're listening. So since we have some time, the thing with Ja Morant is that his shooting, it comes and goes, and your shooting ability is a part of your ability, your repertoire that you need to have to survive in the game. So if the lanes are clogged and you want a basket, she is more likely to find a way to beat the defender and don't have to drive to the basket and get you those 2 points, get you that bucket. And as I said, he's a very good passer, great defender, and pretty decent rebounder as well. So of the three, me have shared the top, talent-wise.
All right, we're coming up to the music break, but we could squeeze one between now and then. 615-2841, 676-6968. Those are the numbers that you can get to the show too. I understand that the process to select the West Indies captain is getting close. I expect that decision to be made by the end of this week. There's still one name on my ear. I met the rounds where not that I can't believe, because it is these 6 candidates, as I keep saying, all have things genuinely working against them. So for everything good where you could have said about each one of these 6, you could also say the diametrical opposite. But there's a name that I keep hearing. Wish I could say, but I can't at this point. All right, so the lines are here. So one can give the thing a call between now and we take the music at 2 o'clock.
All right, 615-2841. That's 615-2841. Call through and let your voice be heard. And then it's put in. You listen, Leon asked me a while ago, people, about 3 persons. He asked me to rank who was number 1 in terms of talent of the 3. He never asked about Jalen Brunson, my boss. So he asked about Shea, Ant-Man, and Ja Morant. So I had to choose who I think was the most talented or is the most talented from those 3. He didn't talk about Jalen Brunson. Yeah, Jalen Brunson is a very good basketball player, playing at a high level now. And is indeed the best closer. And the game is close in the 4th quarter, and the pressure is there. It seems automatic, man.
All right.
But that's what he asked me was. He didn't mention Jalen Brunson. Back online. Hello.
Yeah, man. My time.
Good afternoon, correction.
Oh, you're the boss.
Correction, the correct one.
Yes.
Yeah, man. All right, before we talk sport, I'm going to say something to you too, man. Brother, I don't want to damage a good thing. It's the number 1 sports program on radio. You understand? Any differences? Look at them things they have here, man. That's all me I say. Make on the grows off here.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. Leave it right there, sir. All me I say, don't damage a good product. That me I say. All right, moving on. Cavaliers. Boy.
Oh, you pick for the NBA final.
Yes, man. the man them. Boy. I mean, injuries play a factor. Yes, but 4-1 Zidane, 4-1 should not. See me I say?
Boy, that game
Those
2.
two first games
That game 2.
at Cavaliers.
That game 2.
At Cleveland.
That game 2, my boss. That game 2 was just a killer. Remember, game 2 they were up big, and then even late they were up by what, like 7 points with a minute to go or so, and it was they gave up a second chance opportunity from a rebound. They turned over the ball twice. So it's basically.
I never say a team I'm disappointed now in such a long time, brother. When I look on this something and say 4-1, it shouldn't, even if you lose, because I mean Pacers was very hard nosed and very rugged. They don't let up. You understand what I'm saying? And yes, as I said, the Cleveland Cavaliers was struggling with. They weren't full strength all.
Yeah, hold the line. Hold the line. We're coming back.
Apply for your NHD refunds at nhd.gov.jm or via the NHD app. Do not click on any links offering to help you. The time by the NHD is
2:00. Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yes, welcome back to the program. Back with your correction. Hello?
The man don't win a game at them.
Yes.
The man don't win a game at them yard.
Yeah, I thought they would have won at least the game last night to put some pressure on.
The man don't even win a game at them yard, brother. That me a talk about.
But you know, me not gonna knock you because the second best player on the team was compromised, my boss. It clearly.
Yeah, man. As me say no. I know. So, but putting injuries aside, because I say I was still looking for a better fight, even one at home.
Yeah, you're right, man. Because if you're a championship caliber team, even with one of your players in the game, you think you'll still be able to win a game at home.
Yeah, man.
Because they had Mobley and they had everybody else playing last night. You know.
I feel it for Jason Tatum. You know, that injury is an injury that can end careers. You know. Yeah,
good. But the good thing is that it hasn't ended any career in recent years. Because Kevin Durant came back from it, and
yeah, but all right. Let us look at a few players who went down that road, and let us look at their potency since they came back.
Yes.
You call Kevin Durant. You can talk about Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since those players have been back, have they reached back that ceiling that they were before? Can we genuinely say that they have gone back to the ceiling that they were
maybe you
before?
have a point because Kevin Durant would be the exception, probably. Because Klay Thompson did struggle. He didn't reach a height.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant did, but not Klay Thompson.
Right.
Yes.
You understand? So hopefully he can come back stronger and better and be an exception. You understand? Yes. Sadly, even though the playoffs have been exciting, but too many injuries. And
you know, I still think the Boston Celtics can beat the New York Knicks tonight and force a game 7, beating them in New York as well in the other game.
No, sir. Not without Jason.
Brown is being, and I heard somebody saying, Jay Williams saying it, Brown is being paid very well. He's being paid like a superstar. Now is the time to show what you did in the finals last year. They have Porzingis, who is an all-star caliber player. They have White, who went to the Olympics. It was good enough for them to select him for the Olympics. They have Holiday, who came and helped them to be the force they are. They have the 6th man of the year. Listen
what. Yeah. With Jason being out, listen what
You're gonna miss.
What plays into Nick's hands now? Knicks now have the liberty to really zone in on Brown and basically close off those playmaking drives, because you have now one less weapon on the outside.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you look on the defensive end,
hold on there. Correction, we have a sponsored interview at 2:05, but we'll talk about it at the top of the program.
Okay.
All right. You know, you probably can get squeezed for another minute if you're so inclined. But we have to, you know the sponsor.
I can't leave it. I can't leave it.
We can't leave it there. All right, and we still have the music. So do we take the music first, or do we go? All right, we squeeze the music, and I understand Owen Hill is actually online. So Owen will be coming to you right after we play the first selection. Brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color, and it's from what? How do you pronounce his name? Jedediah. All right, looks like Jedediah, and it's called "We Not Afraid of Them." Here we go.
Hey, 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 hey. Hooyah, 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 hooyah. We don't afraid them. We ain't afraid them demons. We don't afraid them. We ain't afraid no older. We don't afraid them. It's you so good, Santa. We don't afraid them. It's you washer. You call yourself a Christian, but you're running by hope, man. Hey, 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 hey. You're going to plot your evil, just like your brother, man. Hey, hey, hey. But you can't take my name, carry it by the cemetery. I ain't gonna cook food, you could put it on a tree. My God is almighty, and He will protect me from all the evil. And He come and see, so we don't afraid of. We don't afraid them demons, no, we don't afraid of. When you walk in over, no, we don't afraid of. It's you so good, Saka, no, we don't afraid of. It's you wash up. Some of you got it mixed up. We might see a man to get fixed up, to get fixed up. Now wondering what you going and fix. These people life you want mess up, all you want mess up. But when the tables done, demons are gonna run you down. From sunrise to sundown, you go have nowhere to run. You go long and telling you, see if I run this song, but it's not what you like. And chanting them voodoo song, but we don't afraid them. When we send them demons, no, we don't afraid them. If they're walking over, no, we don't afraid them. It's you so good, Saka, no, we don't afraid them. If they're wushu washa, oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Afraid them. When the morning grave and you in the bell, you afraid them. When you call up for to make the day, you afraid them. When I pass and guard your family, them you afraid them. Christians you afraid them.
All right, then that is We Not Fear Them. That is our first selection for the day. I know we have that sponsored interview that we've been telling you about since 1 o'clock. We have Owen Hill, the CEO of the PFJL, joining us right now. Hi, OH. How are you, sir?
How am I? I'm going, you know,
yeah.
doing what is required to make sure that We have a solid semi-final one for tomorrow.
All right, great. And this will be in Montego Bay. Tell us about the preparations and all that the fans can expect come Thursday.
Well, the preparation is in high gears. I can tell you, I mean, the guys in Montego Bay, they're excited about hosting us. A few of us would have been at the venue since yesterday, just making sure that, you know, all the necessary things are being put in place. We currently have a match coordination meeting going on today. And that is simply just to ensure that the fans have a solid enough, smooth enough flow, and the teams are advised of what to do, when to do it, etc. So the necessary operational things are being, you know, slowly activated, and we're working through the running order as we go through.
All right. What's the capacity of the stadium? What's it? The Catherine Hall Stadium.
7,000.
7,000.
3,005 on either side of the park.
All right. You think that will be enough? I hear people say that might not be enough.
Well, we hope that we have a full stadium. So, I mean, we will be greedy, no. We definitely won't be. But we want the entire western end, north and western end, to come out and support. So, I think given what we have and the product that we're trying to build, having 7,000 people jam-packed in a Montego Bay sports complex, will be a sight to behold.
What are the prices for people down that side, or even people traveling from Kingston or other parts of Jamaica who want to get in? Give us the price ranges.
Well, we start as low as $1,500. And again, we've been listening to the cries of the people and understanding the market conditions. So $1,500 for the bleachers section of the stadium, which again gives you enough coverage access. It's just that it's open, like we know, the typical bleachers. And that's, you know, open to the public, the general public. And then there's also the grandstand section of the stadium, and the grandstand is the covered area. We have created different packages within the grandstand. So general is 2,500, and then we have a VIP area that you get all the remixes and, you know, some cocktails and some snacks and things of that nature for 5,000. So general price, bleachers 1,500, grandstand 2,500, and VIP, which is a really select number of seats,
right,
5,000.
Based on what you're hearing or knowing, how has the ticket sales been going?
Pretty good. I mean, you have people who would have pre-ordered, you know, in blocks.
Yeah.
So we're seeing good uptake, and you know, we're pushing it online because we want people to get their tickets early. We have some outlets also. So if you want to get a you want to secure your tickets before you get to the venue, then, you know, in Draxall we have it at the Boot gas station, right? That famous, huge, you know, meeting spot as you come from the toll road or just in the center of, you know, St. Anne, pretty much. And then in Montego Bay, Fontana Pharmacy will be definitely having tickets. So if you're in any of those locations and you want to, you know, copy ticket pretty early, then you should be able to do so from today.
All right. We haven't had semifinals in Western Jamaica for the last few years. What was the thinking behind bringing semifinal one to Montego Bay this time around?
One, I mean, our mandate, meaning the Professional Football Jamaica Limited, under the auspices of Jamaica Football Federation. The mandate is to professionalize and ensure that the sport touches all facets of the country, to grow, develop, market, promote all parts of the country. So what we have seen, again, based on the uptake in the regular season, Montego Bay is an important city in the overall growth of football in the country. I mean, the older folks, the generation before us, I would say, they have memories, you know, from as early as Jarrett Park, with all the top ballers, you know, interestingly, the two coaches who would have played for a very big team back then. Those were the days, if you want to call it that. So when we saw what happened throughout the regular season and we thought it was necessary to have a game in Montego Bay, the decision was made essentially by the JFF, regulatory arm of it. They would have advised us that we need to host a game, and a selection was made as to which game would be hosted, or which match day rather. Luckily for us, it so happens that the team coming from that side is playing in that game.
Yeah. All right. And this was, I know that there are people will say, boy, the thing worked out pretty well for you. I just want you to reemphasize that this was made before you know which two teams would be which two teams would be going to Mobile.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right. It was a decision made about a month and a half ago.
Right.
I mean, traditionally we would have had, the semifinals, quarterfinals, finals in Kingston over the last couple of years, but it's not to say that, consideration was not given to that side of the island. And again, by no means are we saying this is a home game for. It so happens that the only venue that can facilitate this quality event that we're trying to procure is the Montego Bay Sports Complex.
Right.
So it's a mandate, but also fortuitous, if you want to call it that. So it's not in any way because Montego Bay United is in the semi-final, because had they not been there, then the game still would have been played.
And that the venue was pre-chosen even before it was known that Mobile would go there.
Definitely.
Right. Here's one more that I've heard people just putting their concerns. Well, I don't know, that concerns might be a little strong. They wanted the number 1 team, which would be Mount Pleasant, to play the number 40, which would be, who was it that finished 4th? Is it Cavalier? Rather than as it is now, 1 playing 3 and 2 playing 4, as they finished in the
truth is it's not a 1 versus 3, 2 versus 4. It's actually, again, another predetermined decision that was made from the start of the competition.
Yeah.
And that ultimately would have facilitated a bracket. So the winner of match 275 and 276 would play the second place team in game number 1, and then the winner of match number 274 and 277 would play that first place team. So whoever was that winner, so, for whatever the reasons are, had Portmore won, then Portmore would have been playing that second place team, and had Tivoli won, they would have been playing that first place team. So it doesn't matter which team wins, it really comes down to where you are placed and which match in the playoff round you have played in.
All right.
So it's a match versus position rather than a team versus a team.
All right, and the second leg will be this Sunday, back at Sabina Park.
Yes, the second leg is at Sabina Park on Sunday, the 18th of May.
All right. I'll leave you with the last words, my boss. The last appeal, the floor is yours.
Well, I'll say, I'll ask everybody to come out and support. This is the Caribbean's number 1 footballing product. It's the closest level to professional football that you'll get. And we want for you to come and support. The boys actually need your support. Outside of everything else, when there's a packed stadium, you generally get good outcomes, meaning the quality of the play is better and the vibe is different. And I'll say when you come to the games, you actually get a better experience. So we would want for you to come and support. This is really the business end of the season. So please, we're asking for that kind of support, because we need to build our local product. And that's essentially what we're trying to do. We're growing it. People are coming in slow and steady, but we want for it to have that jubilant energy, similar to what would have happened in other jurisdictions when there is, this type of game or these games. So please come out and support. Tomorrow we're going to be in Montego Bay. I think there's a general buzz and energy about that environment, and you feel it on the road already. we want for you to continue with that. Come out on Sunday and then the Super Finals next week, Friday, Labor Day. We definitely want to see at the National Stadium.
All right, boss. Big up yourself. Thanks for talking with us and good luck.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, John.
All right. With that, we take the break and we'll come back with the callers on the other side.
What if you could protect your child from cancer? The human papillomavirus, or HPV, causes cervical and other cancers. But one simple vaccine today can help prevent cancer later. The HPV vaccine is safe and effective and offers protection against cancers caused by HPV infection. The vaccine is now available for boys and girls 9 to 14 years old, and adults and girls 15 to 17, and women up to 26. HPV vaccination is cancer prevention. Immunize to maximize your child's health. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Something good. Hey, join me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio.
What you gonna do? Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Red Stripe, Heineken, True Milk, Ranks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryverse. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating Gaming and Autos Act.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back. And how we stay now, Miss B? Miss B, so we'll go back to the lines. Hello.
Bill.
Yes, sir.
Yes, man. Jackson.
Jackson, how are you?
Me there, man. Big up, Zidane.
Good afternoon.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Bill. I'm trying to follow this. Don't want to misquote or misunderstand what the argument is, or your position actually, on the argument about the first time that team actually getting beat. What is your take on it? What is your argument on it?
All right, so let me say it again. The two games that Knicks beat Celtics, right? I came on the program the day after game 2. And I said the reason why Knicks beat up Celtics is more to do with how badly the Celtics played in those fourth quarters. You have 2 20-point lead and you basically dash with the lead both times. Garvey had said that it is this stifling defense of Knicks that, that prevented Celtics from winning. I may disagree with that. I said, no, sir. Knicks win those games because Celtics farmed the fool down the stretch. So we know what happened in game 3. Celtics win. Game 4 now. Knicks came out and won what you would call what do you call it, a game where it wasn't Celtics that give them the game. Quote unquote in a Jamaican language, you say, man, give me a game. So I made a statement that after 3 games where Knicks win, this are the only one where them really outplay the man there. Now, CC said, how come me I said that? No, when I've always said that the team will win, always outplay the other team. And I'm saying, but I still think so. But what I wanted the man to understand is that I'm using outplayed now, that it wasn't the other team and make a mistake for you to win. Is you genuinely take it to the man and beat them. That is the context in which I was spoken. Now there are the people who feel me shouldn't say it that way they are, what you call it, I contradict myself and that's in a nutshell what happened.
Okay, I understand you. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
it's
Hello? No.
Oh, that call look like it dropped.
All right, we can move to the next.
Well, right away, no delay.
Yeah, man. You're ready for tomorrow, boss. Can you state definitive? Tomorrow at 1. By them time, we will know who win that debate.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
man. What you asking me if I'm ready?
Yep.
Mister, I came out of the womb ready.
All right.
I was born ready.
Good.
All right. So since this thing is tomorrow now, this is the last day I'm gonna address something like this. I really wanted to be yesterday now, but even in those 2 minutes, I never finished saying what I wanted to say, or I never get to say it. Right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna finish it now and then just be on my merry way. Right? So, gentlemen, do you remember when preacher called me out for well, he didn't call me out. He asked if I was honorable and if I have integrity, I will answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys remember that, right? And I answered his question, right? So do you guys remember when I said turnaround is fair play, and then I asked him a question, and I said if you're honorable and if you have integrity, you'll come out and answer my question. Do you guys remember that as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did he? He
Well,
didn't,
I
did he?
remember.
No, he 100% didn't.
All
right. So that's just to let the record show that. And just one more thing to let the record show. Because all I just wanted to do is put it on record. The mood has changed to the quarterback being more important than the goalkeeper. So Preacher has it, the goalkeeper clearly being more important than the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And mood can change, but that's fine. But what I want to do is always deliver the truth and put this truth into not perspective, just put the truth on record. If Preacher thought that the goalkeeper was more important than the quarterback, why would he say that? The goalkeeper and the quarterback, they both need to be on the field in terms of technically.
You know, I'm not going to answer the question
No,
regarding
you don't have to.
the
You
debate.
don't have to.
Yeah,
These are
as far as I'm concerned.
No, you don't have to. No, these are like Arsenio. These are things to just make you go, right?
Me want the listeners and the judges go, tomorrow.
No, all I'm saying is, technically, it was the original thing was, and I don't mind if it's changing. All I just prefer is a man just start the truth, because things can change. Technically,
but G-Star, based on how I hear the wording of the mood, it seems like you're good to go.
No, man, I am good to go.
Yeah.
Of course. No, I don't have no problem with it, My problem is with the truth and people coming on here and not just coming on here and otherwise just saying things willy-nilly and like the truth doesn't matter. My whole thing is the truth matters, all right? And that is what I'm going to deposit tomorrow in the debate, right? Truth and facts. Moving on.
Yes.
I heard the incorrect one say he's disappointed with Jason Tatum. I concur with those statements. As a basketball fan, to see anybody go down with an Achilles or an injury, it's tough to watch. Me personally, as soon as that happened, I turned off the TV. I didn't even watch the next game. The way I was fixed. And it's not even like my brethren or nothing like that. Right? OKC, I was glad to see OKC winning a game. Second game in a row in the clutch.
Yes, because they didn't have a lot of clutch games in the regular season, So I was wondering about them in that regard in the playoffs now.
And they lost game 1 and game 3 in the clutch.
Yes.
So for them to do this now, I'm giving them a lot of credit, and you can make the argument that the Nuggets had them in the fourth quarter. Who I'm going to give a lot of credit to, though, who I honestly believe he was the catalyst, was Lou Dort.
Lou Dort? What you say, man? Lou Dort from downtown.
Lou Dort saved the OKC.
Yeah, man, it's true, man, because he looked like he was going to get away from them.
And he came up with big shots, big shots. Shea ended up closing, but the Virgin, who was the guy who was asking about SGA and Ant-Man and Ja? What name again? the caller. He was like 3 callers ago.
Oh, yes, Leon. Leon is the caller.
Leon.
Yes.
Leon the General. My apologies, Leon. We're going to get, more than likely, we're going to see SGA. Even though I want the Warriors to win clearly, but no, Steph, even though you can't underestimate the heart of a champion, as I said, Mr. Higgins. He was always going to be an uphill player.
And I remember asking, what we mean by champion? That they haven't been champions for a little while. But then, you know.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I wanted to discuss that as well, right?
Uh-huh.
Once you're a champion, always a champion, you know. There's no such thing as former champion. You're current.
No, but what if only 2 players after 15 are so? After 15-man squad are champion.
Oh, well, yeah, then you can have an argument there. But in Golden State's case, Moses Moody's a champion.
No, man. In the context
Looney's a champion. No, Looney's a champion. Gary Payton second is a champion. Kerr's a champion. That's a lot of.
But when the Houston Rockets coach had said it, he was the defending champion. So he's saying that I am the champion.
Don't underestimate the heart of a champion. True that.
Yeah, he meant that we came back as champions. So don't underestimate us.
No, but the point is, does Golden State have championship metal?
Hold the line. There's one little disagreement I have.
All right.
But we're coming back after. It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spears and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
The British number 1 Jack Draper was knocked out of the Italian Open as Carlos Alcaraz showed his quality under pressure to reach the semifinals. Draper 23 was beaten 6-4, 6-4 on the Rome clay, as were number 3 Alcaraz battled to save break points at key moments and take his own chances when they came. Englishman Draper, who is 5th in the ATP rankings, led 4-2 in the first set before Alcaraz fought back to take the lead. Looking to build on his run to the Madrid Open last week, Draper recovered in the second set and constantly applied pressure to Alcaraz's serve, but he was unable to convert 3 break points, and after coming through a lengthy 8th game to hold reigning French Open champion, Alcaraz ran with the momentum. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spears and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel, make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get something from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. So Maria, check your phone, your money land. VNBS money transfer. CFA faster, easier. Sign up for VNBS direct to bank account transfer. No matter step out, fit time no line. Straight into your account, money reach long time. VNBS money transfer. Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Trading, Gaming, and Law Use Act.
Are you interested in working in media? Well, this may very well be your chance. Omega Radio is seeking persons to fill the positions of receptionist, traffic coordinator, accountant, and sales executives. If you think you have the right attitude and the drive to be a part of this team, then WhatsApp or call 876-204-9356 or email us at omegaradio@theomegachurch.com.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, man, you said you had one
Yeah.
slight bone of contention.
The cliche that you don't underestimate the heart of a champion.
Yeah.
Presupposes that the champion is recent.
Relatively recent. It doesn't have
relatively
to be
recent.
The year before your turn champion.
Right. So let's say in the Costa Cup, the last time a team win the Costa Cup was 1995.
No man. That wouldn't count. And you'd have to have people that are still on your roster. But I'm saying in Golden State's case, which is what we were talking about, there's like 6 players that are champions.
Yeah, but if you go 3 years G-Star, so when they won, 2022, they got beat in 2023, beat in 2024.
But you're still a champion, Zidane.
Yeah,
that
but
don't leave you, know.
Yeah, but you're not claim to fame why I should not write you off, my boss. Because 2 straight years,
that would still apply.
By the way, did they make the playoffs last year?
No, but remember, we're talking about the heart of a
champion. Did they make the playoffs last year?
Golden State Warriors?
Yes.
I don't remember what. They got locked out in the plane?
I don't think they were there. So nobody feel believe
I don't think it's a plan of the case, but that's just me.
So, some remember, but I can't remember what happened with Golden State last year.
Exactly. It means them not do nothing.
I'm trying to think, man.
I think they got knocked out in the plane, my boss. That's what I can remember.
Was Sacramento beat them last year?
No.
In the plane?
No, man. You see the Sacramento. Yes, exactly so. Sacramento knocked them off. No, so it go.
I think so.
Yes, so exactly. So you can't have this team at the time would underestimate the heart of a champion. You were knocked out in the play last year.
So you guys don't think that the Warriors have a championship?
But I'm saying they were knocked out in the plane last year.
No,
so
but Zidane, sometimes that happens because
hold
on. The Nuggets are getting knocked out more than likely. You're telling me the Nuggets don't show championship?
But I'm saying you were so bad last year, boss. Why should we not underestimate you?
No, that
you couldn't even make the playoff.
No, I know that is fine.
So you're not a champion.
No, I am not knocking that. No, but what I'm saying,
it means
they're also champions.
With
you have to respect that.
With these players, hold on. With their championship DNA in Steph Curry and Draymond Green, you could not even make the playoffs last year, brethren.
No, man, I don't remember what happened last year. I have to go back and look at it. I can't remember last year, just off the top of my head.
I can't remember them playing anybody in the playoffs. That's why I can't remember.
I can't remember them.
Exactly.
I can't remember them making them in the playoffs.
So Lakers beat them the year before, and I can't remember what they did last year. They don't know.
But hold on a second, Zidane.
Yes.
So who did he have to win this series? Golden State or
Minnesota?
Oh, you had Minnesota. And what about you, Mr. Higgins?
I never had a vote.
What did you think? Did you think? What about Denver now? Do you respect Denver's championship DNA, Zidane? I'm talking about the heart of the champion, though. But that's what we're talking about here.
No, but with Denver now, Denver was the champions 2 years ago, and Denver were back competing at the highest level last season again. So then you can still see that they are right there and they are champions. So you could understand some of the same. Remember, these people still have the core of them championship team, and they was competing last year as well.
It's a little bit different with your point about recent history, but for me, I just think once you're a champion, because champion just really means you know how to win, you know.
Yeah.
Once you're a champion, you have the know-how and you have the heart. Now, we don't know if Boston is kind of shaky with Boston, but let me just say one thing, gentlemen, before I go. Again, for take my beating for the Cleveland Cavaliers, because I too, like everybody else, got fooled I got caught up in the 64 wins and how they were destroying New York in the regular season and they were just mowing down everybody. But instead of contenders, they turned out to be pretenders. I know they had injuries, but losing 4-1 and losing last night, losing the way they did when Donovan Mitchell never do what I'm supposed to do in game 2, I think the writing is clear for
game
Cleveland this year.
Game 2 was a killer.
That they were pretenders. The truth is, the Cleveland Cavaliers were pretenders. They weren't contenders.
All right.
And I've take my licks on that.
All right, my boss. Leave it there. We have some others. We'll take the next one straight away.
Yeah, man. Orville?
Yes, sir.
We come back. We get cut off for too long. Jackson.
Oh, yeah, Jackson. Yes.
Yeah, man. So I hear you and I understand exactly what you're saying. And in my opinion, I believe a few of the other persons who have opposed you on the radio probably understand exactly what you're saying. But tell you what I think the problem is, though.
Mm-hmm.
You are probably the victim of your own intellect. And let me tell you what I mean. I started listening to the program in maybe about 2007, 8, maybe 2009. And what got my attention then when I started listening was a conversation that started
that you were positing the position that you can't play better and lose.
Right.
And notwithstanding the various, which I didn't agree with at the time, because we who play football and sports understand exactly what you mean, and your position on it, even though I disagreed, I understood and could identify with what you were talking about, not being able to play.
Gone again.
We lose it again.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why you keep dropping off Jackson.
What happening, Miss B?
I think there's a reason, but there's a reason why you keep getting cut off, Jackson.
Huh?
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There's a reason why you
Yeah,
keep
man.
getting cut off, my boss.
Give me a number. Let me get cut off again. Me can call back another number.
All right. You have 615-2841 or 676-696.
615-2841.
Yes, I think that is the better one.
All right. Let me get cut off again, my chair.
Yes.
But hear me, sir. Now I agree, but I also disagree, because here it is that you set a standard back then.
Yes.
And if you're expecting to hold people to a particular standard, which one of the best things you've ever done for sports talk radio is the level that you have raised the standard to.
Right.
You have to hold yourself to the same standard.
I do, you know. I do.
Yeah.
But there's a
even
difference
though-
between you make a slang, you know, as opposed to you hold a die-hard position. But go on.
But then it's a slang too. You better lose in the.
No, man, that is a.
We wasn't really seriously.
No, man, that
because-
wasn't a slang for me. Me just genuinely think that as a position, you cannot me can't beat you and you say you play better than.
And your thing is really play on words. The literal sense of words and meanings is what you would really draw upon. No.
Right.
It come back and bite you now, because you can't now say that the man them first and they get beat when them get beat 2 games before.
No, I never said the first time they get beat, you know. I said the
Really
first time they were outplayed.
Outplayed, same
But-
difference.
No, man, the choice of words are important. But me never.
There you go.
Hold on,
Choice
listen.
of word.
If a man said to me, like how CC said to me, say, but you said once you lose, the team outplay you. Me agree. But all I was trying to say, you know, is the other 2 games they were handed the victory. That is just the technicality, you know. Then that's all. So if the man said to me, say, if the man did say, boy, you can't use outplayed, although we understand the point where you are. Me not say the big hullabaloo. Because once me beat you, me outplay, you know. But in the first 2 games, I demand them hand you the victory, as opposed to this one, yeah, where you go out there and take it. That's all the distinction I wanted to make. That's all it is.
Yeah,
but if the man them,
the problem you face is the man them so desperate to catch up on something.
I know.
But Jackson,
I know.
you remember when I
catch you now?
Jackson, you used to listen to the program when I used to call?
I think I missed you. I think the year when you started listening, when you became a producer.
All right, cool. Continue.
Yeah. So notwithstanding this varying position, because I know what your position has been on it since I've started to listen to Zidane.
Yeah.
And like I said on the answer, I don't agree. I didn't agree with Orville play better and lose position, but I understood
because
his argument.
you know, if you talk to somebody that is intelligent, they must know that you can't do better if you lose the game. So clearly, when we say you play better and lose, we're talking about the actual play throughout the game. But Orville used to argue against it. Now he's pretty much saying the same thing today, that he's talking about the actual how the game ensued, that the play overall is more about Boston forming the fool. So it's the same thing we're talking about in football, you know. So me a pass better, not move, you create more chance, me a keep you from my attacking third, all of that. But some way, somehow, you squeeze me one love. I want to say the team played better. Harvard used to have serious problem with it. It's just the same thing is happening now.
All right, so Jackson, I still believe Knicks played better, even though they were handed the 2 games. So there is no doubt in my mind that the winning team are the better team in them 4 games. You know? So the controversy is not about playing better. Why am I not hear myself as good? Is the use of the word outplayed now. You understand? And I'm saying I'm just using outplayed in 2 separate contexts. One, you win, me outplay. Me beat you badly is a different context to the word outplayed. This is you know.
Outplay
It's a different degree of the victory.
No, but
That
Jackson,
is all I'm
outplay
saying.
mean one thing though. Outplay, there's no degree to outplay. Is that an outplay
Based
or
on
not?
Harvey standard and definition, outplay means you win the game.
So the analysis is different, you know. If you want to analyze both games, that's fine, but outplay is outplay, my boss. There's no context to outplay.
All right.
Is that an outplay or not?
Jackson, I gave the example to Badger. I'm going to give it to you. And we're going to be very calm about it. There's a boxer who goes into a ring. And in first 4 professional fights, him lose them by split decision. And I can't get an example of track and field and the other thing as well. So him lose them fight by split decision. The thing them go and the judge them had a hard time deciding, but the boxer lose him first 4 fights. In his 5th fight, the man beat him up, bloody up him eye, mash him up wicked and knock him out. He would have lost all 5 fights, right? If I say as a writer that though he was beaten in his first 4 fights, the 5th fight is the only one that he really got beat with an emphasis on beat. What wrong would I have said?
Well, the irony, Jackson, I would have given some of these examples when I used to argue that you can't really better. And they were shut down by the very same man who are using these examples now. Very interesting. We take a break. We're coming back.
Tracy, who you go give on now? You're too fast. Hey, me I got Jotex now for buy up my sugar bun, wine slice, bulla, coffee strip, and marble cake, plus some raisin bread, banana cake, and the best rock cake for the pitney them. Me can't get some? No, go buy your own. Hey.
Jotex Bakery. Visit 20 Gold Street, Kingston, or call 922-5768. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Delivery island-wide. Jotex Bakery. So nice, so right.
Conditions apply.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right. For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Big man, back with you. He's gonna
Jackson. What you are doing now is you're providing some context.
Yeah, because me think when me said the man would just understand. So it's just a manner of speaking. It wasn't it wasn't a hard line position, you know. You know what I mean? When I said it yesterday, you know what I said it's the only game with the man them genuinely what you call it, outplay the man them. It was just in the manner of speaking. I think man that just pick up the context. So it wasn't a position of me a hold and I defend weeks upon weeks upon weeks, you know.
No, well, maybe, but
in the cut and trust of a discussion, Mr. Boy, this is the only thing where the man them genuinely got outplayed.
Mm-hmm. So why is me agree and me understand?
No, because I think everybody would understand that context.
But why is me agree and understand?
Yeah, that was it.
But Jackson, when I used to call and used to give an example of tennis where I beat your 6-love. I then lose 7-6, 7-6, 7-6 with a plethora of unforced errors. Then you could understand, say, basically, you dash the game, you really outplayed the man overall, but Orville used to shut it down and say, nothing goes to Zidane.
Yeah, that's the point I'm going to make. So the same thing, the same justification and context you bring to
let me tell you what I used
to position. You shut it down.
Let me tell you what I used to shut down. You playing better and losing.
Same as outplay, like you said, Knicks only outplay them for the first time.
You can't play better than me, maybe.
So you can outplay the person. You can outplay the person.
I still think so. And you can't outplay me, I may beat you neither. But this time I was just saying it given the context of what I was saying about the
And in
Madrid
those
the
days,
first game.
that's the same context I was using.
And anyway, Jackson.
So me win that argument. People, me win that 10-year-old argument today.
Big argument, nonetheless. I mean, it's still see where you guys are at both of you at your prime is two the best exponent at sport discussion in Jamaica. Egos and tempers and things are natural part of sport discussion, I can tell you.
Brother.
So it's a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
No care how it
But
sounds.
Jackson,
but
Jackson, three of us had a discussion and everything was fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself.
Keep up the good work, gentlemen. We continue to listen. But I disagree. You set up yourself for that one. You have to take a lick on it.
All right,
Even though
sir.
I understand what you say.
Once you understand what I say, I'm
understand
good
what you
with
say,
that.
but you have to take your beating.
No,
You do
because
right, and the people they made that time to catch you a long time.
because as you said, the man them a wait upon any what they call a slip of the tongue. You know? Even though the man them understand the context in which matter. But I get it, you know. Me understand why they would grab onto this. Me get it. But we leave it that's all.
Yeah, I believe Zidane understand what you said too, but Zidane, at the principle Zidane is different. You can't say it one way 10 years ago and now you change your mouth. Even though Zidane understand what you said.
I'll leave it there.
All right, Jackson. I saw your Sunday, but you did walk fast, you know.
You're not going to play some ball this season. I call you after here.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Big up.
Back online. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
The great Southie, man.
Yeah, and good afternoon to the young lady there.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I was seeing her on the YouTube laughing.
Yes.
Oh my God. Let me say something to her though. Is she hearing me?
Yes, man.
Yes, I am hearing you.
Yeah, I wish you all the best in your studies and whatever you special interest people buy you out and all that stuff.
All right.
What is your view on this conversation that has been going on? I only saw you laughing on YouTube.
My view on the conversation is that I understand what Orville is saying when he said outplayed in that sense. He wasn't necessarily saying that they didn't play better in the two games before. He's just saying that in this last game, they actually Celtics lost, and they actually lost within their own terms, and that they played their best this time. But the two games before, they weren't playing their best. This time, they were playing their best.
Okay, but it sounds like you're not privy to the previous conversations.
No, she wouldn't be.
Why people are saying Orville dead?
Yeah, she wouldn't have been aware of those.
So the people say me dead every day of the week. You know? Every time Chateau
listen,
call, me not dead, man. And
all right,
CC, me not dead every me not dead 4 or 5 calls every program.
Yeah, in that game you can dead every day, man.
All right.
And come back next day, man.
And live back the
But
next day.
I'm surprised. No, I'm surprised here. I'm a little brethren still, even though me and him go hard in a group, CC. I'm surprised how him come kill you, man.
Well, I didn't. It was a shocker, man. It's like he must be on a weird.
Hey.
Yeah, man. You listening yesterday, man. I mean, I said, what? CC make a body. But listen, Orville.
Yeah.
You see that thing that we are used about the boxing thing and the closeness of the fights and stuff.
Yeah.
It don't work.
You don't understand the point.
Yeah?
You don't understand in a sporting context when I say, boy, and me beat myself, another man beat me. So this is the first time I can say the man really.
Let me tell you what you're talking about in the boxing now, especially with the split decision part.
Yeah.
The thing about boxing, apart from a knockout, the thing is subjective.
True.
So by even saying split decision, what you're doing is that 3 people have different opinions. Two share the same opinion and one have a different opinion.
Yes.
So that is a subjective thing. That is why you have a split decision, because somebody think different from 2 other people.
All right. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
All
But
right.
the point I was
The
trying to
thing
make
now-
out, there's a difference between you beat a man and a man beat you. Both time the loser was outplayed. You know? All I was
All right.
doing was making the distinction. Said this outplay is different because another man them hand me the win. That's all I was trying to say.
When I listen to you now,
Yeah.
when I listen to you now, especially when you say you have outplay and you have outplay.
Yes.
So we all know you are English teacher, so the definition of outplay is to play better than.
Yes.
And me think the winning team play better the two times.
better than.
Me think the winning team play better the two times.
When you say you have outplay, you have outplay.
Yes.
It sounds to me like you have said there are different degrees of playing better than.
Yes. That's
But
exactly
at the end of the
what
day,
I'm
you're
saying.
still playing better than.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So do them
All
play
right,
better
so-
than them in the first two games. They this time around they play significant level because they weren't handed the victory.
But the
That's
thing
exactly
is
what I'm
now,
saying.
the thing is now, for years, you know, you and other people
Yeah.
have said this thing, yeah. We don't talk about boxing, because boxing is a sport where you judge. It's subjective.
All right, fair. I can understand.
In sports, where the score determines the winner,
Yes.
final score, it is factual. You have turned better than into a fact.
But I believe
when
it is
the whole thing of something being better than is something being good, better, best, and saying better than is subjective in the first place. That is the whole discussion from morning while we say it is based upon a judgment of the viewer.
But I still have that.
You and other people have turned it into a fact of the final score.
Fine, but I'm saying I'm holding true to that position that the winner still was better than the loser. So
Based upon the fact, the final score.
Based upon the final score. So if
when better than is a subject, when to say something is better than something is a subjective thing, because me might think so, but Zidane think different.
Right, so different
that is what it was.
fine.
That was from morning.
And I'm saying everybody can
All
have
right.
different views on it. I still believe that if I beat you, you can't say better than me. So that is not
That is how CC get you now.
No, the
Because
outplay
by you saying this game is the only game they have outplayed them.
Yes, man.
Knicks
In a manner
have
of speaking,
outplayed
that
Boston.
because
You are now saying this is the only game they have played better than Boston.
no, that's not
But
what
they
I was
lose 3 games.
No. Salted. No.
Yes, man.
No, man. No. They lost all 3 games, so the loser can't be better than the winner. Yes, so because I came and I was explaining the first 2 games in detail, you know, people. And that's the thing why I may not get one to say on the score points. And no score none. The first 2 games, Garvey said it is the defense.
It's our own goal, man. We are right. We don't score any points.
Yeah, man,
It's
you
an own
get
goal.
it, man. Once you said, once outplay means better than, and you said this is the only game they have outplayed them. You are then saying the previous 2 games they did not outplay them.
Outplayed
But
an
they won the game.
outplayed in inverted commas.
Salty, this is an own goal, man. We don't score any points with you.
Yeah, man. That's why when me hear it, you see them and start laugh.
Salty, you know when you use words with inverted commas, so you have the license to say something with inverted commas to say what's the meaning of that word. That is what. So when I used outplayed yesterday, it was in inverted commas. So this is the first game they were really outplayed. If I was writing this, I would have it in inverted commas. But like I said, there are people who want
Orville, the thing is from morning,
yes,
better than has always been a subjective assessment based upon the individual and freedom view of the game. It was never factual based upon a score. That is why now you and other people are always get caught like this again, you know. Because even within your subconscious,
hold on, Salty.
you gotta watch a game. No, hold on.
Yes.
You gotta watch a game, and even if no goal, no score, within your own subconscious, you can see half time if the score nil, you can determine for yourself, say, you know, so that team they ball that team they play better than that team. You don't really have a need no score to tell you that. But you see, because you say that on the radio, you have always come and say it is dependent on a score.
Yeah, man, they not depend on the score, man. And the score me I work with for know who
can never be dependent on a score because good better base is always subjective.
All that happened is that when I used the word outplayed last night, I used it with in inverted commas.
So for your example, you see the other man who agrees with Orville on this nonsense where you can't play better and lose. He said yesterday morning that if you came...
I'm never tell you what I'm saying. Don't say.
Okay, good.
Don't say.
Yes.
I wonder if I see him thing you said.
Yes, go on.
This is why me hear him say. When you was watching the game, which I was watching that game in parts, when you walk into, and if you see Cavaliers, you would think Cavaliers was Portmore and Portmore was Cavaliers.
Yes.
That's how they were playing.
Yes.
How did he determine that? And the score was nil. How did he determine that Cavaliers look like Portmore, but Portmore look like Cavaliers with a nil game? That was nil up until that time.
Yes, indeed.
And that, that same something later.
Yes, exactly that.
All right, so brilliant minds think alike.
Right. Yes.
Them all they're gonna put themselves into these. They
Yes.
not put themselves into these things. Once them say a team can't play better than lose, they're gonna put these things in, put themselves into these things.
It is called the license to use, as me as inverted commas. When we use it yesterday, at that the context me that use it.
No, you never use it, man. See,
inverted commas. This was the only game they were outplayed.
Because you see me
outplayed in the sense that me don't explain the two game before. Say say a Celtics give them 2 games. Then lose another game.
You have to start use my motto, man.
Which is
you
what?
See me? Perfect.
One of those are clutch at straws. So. That's all you
Sometimes man gonna kill me.
You don't salt it?
Clutching at straws.
Big up yourself.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
All right. Which was the most famous own goal in football this year? Was it Escobar in 1994? That happened yesterday, people. An own goal. We don't score no points. This is an own goal. We take a break. We're coming back.
Go straight to Western Sports for all your track and field needs, like spikes, high jump equipment, throwing implements, hurdles, not to mention your team tracksuits, running tights, vests, and shorts. The time by Western Sports, the sports people, is
3:00.
Something good.
Hey, joins me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known from 5 p.m. through to 9. Through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio. What you gotta do?
Set the trend, set the trend.
The trend-setting sports desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., is Jamaica's #1 call-in sports program. Join me, Orville Higgins, and me, Christopher Zidane Matthews, as we continue to take call-in sports discussions to the highest levels on radio. The Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m. on Jamaica's #1 sports radio station. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Western Sports, the sports people, with locations in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right. The people who are listening many, many years ago know that Christopher Zidane Matthews, when he used to call, he used to make all these points that, listen, we don't literally mean that. I get one love and I did better. And I was at pains to try and explain that, listen, I could be able to be seen as the better defensive unit because I don't give up any chances during the game. I score an own goal, literally. I give up no chances in the game. I have 90% possession. I get a lot of chances. I cut you open, hit the post, shot wide, all of them things. And I said, listen, when I say outplaying, That's what we are talking about. Not literal that I'm doing better even though I get one love. Same thing. But anyways, music brought to you by HChem Paints for people who dream in color. Music.
Yeah, man. So it's Yaba time on a Wednesday afternoon at 3 o'clock. You know how it goes. So this is our second and final selection. And it's a Yaba selection. We'll just take it and then we'll give the respective kudos when we come back.
Children of the world, crying in the streets. We beg for food to stay alive, scrounging each day just to survive. Mother and father, we have none. Where did we come from? Animals care for their be born, teaching survival to the home, feeding and protection as they learn. Why don't we humanize? Children of the world, starving in the streets, tossed aside from birth, nothing to eat. Children with no choice, suffering every day, with no hope, no force, no help on the way. Why were we born? Who brought us here? We never asked to come, and you throw us away. Children of the world, with a smiling face, is the only future for the human race. We need a mom and dad, someone to care. We never asked to come. You brought us here.
All right, now it's to the very last drop. So that's Children of the World, our Yaba selection. All right, so we'll read some text now. We'll try to squeeze in a few from the YouTube page as well as the WhatsApp page. Ready, Astar? Yeah, man. Give me the here we go.
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
All right, somebody named Elvis Russell says, Zidane, you need to calm down. This show is bigger than you. Richard Lawrence says, what is father? Mark Anthony says, Zidane being disrespectful. Michelle Freeman, in a 10-round boxing match, Zidane floors Orville in 9 of the 10 rounds. But in round 10, Orville cut Zidane over the eye and the fight is stopped and given to Orville. Who fought better? Christopher Reynolds said, Zidane, what is your problem? All right, I think we'll read Michelle Freeman again. Orville's professionalism is showing. Zidane has a lot to learn. Wait till round the clown comes on here tomorrow. Make we go to the WhatsApp now. No WhatsApp.
Hey, these.
We don't do the WhatsApp yet. Oh, there's no. All right, so let's go back to the calls. If you have them.
We have calls?
Orville.
Yes, sir.
Chuck.
We are say Chuck.
Chuck, the taxi man.
Let me say something before you get in, Chuck. People, my boss, we are text me now. You know, me and you know that there's nothing anybody can text to the program to prevent me from airing my views. You know that, my boss. You know that I'm not perturbed. I'm not going to cry and run to anybody. So send any amount of text message you want, people. Send your friend to send any text message. It won't matter. I'm going to air my views. The own goal was still scored. Go on, no, Chuck.
Chuck, where you say now?
But look here, if you put on body armor.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the one here.
All right.
Me agree with Zidane. One goal.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Because I don't necessarily agree with you, because there are too many real life instances. Not about when you go to boxing and you say, boy, man, what is
it you don't agree with me about?
That you play better and lose.
So you believe that I can beat you, but you play better than me. I mean, I believe so. So we're not going to agree on that one.
But let's look at a real life situation. Do you remember 1990 World Cup, Brazil versus Argentina?
Yes.
Brazil bowled Argentina to the ground. And one time, Maradona pick up the ball and run down the wing, and 4-man run with him. And he make one right foot pass to Claudia Canija, and a Tafarel alone in front of him. And he run the goalkeeper and score, and Brazil was knocked out. And you're going to tell me that Brazil played better, right? You can play better and you lose. It just not because I just the facts.
No, well,
the one category that you don't tick, which is the goal.
Okay.
But you would have had more shots, maybe more passes. You knew all of the other areas. The only one which maybe is the most important one you're going to say.
All right,
but
well, Chuck, you have the view there, and me have the opposite. Me can beat you and you did that player do better than me. And not what you're going to say, I got convinced.
But it is, but it's like you feel now like everybody misunderstanding what you're trying to say.
No,
but
there are people who understand.
Have one meaning.
No, man, there are people
that you just play better, you know.
Chuck, there are people who take your side of the argument. There are people who.
But Chuck, what I do? No, but Chuck, what I do? But hold on, Chuck, man.
One better, not Zidane.
Chuck, what I can understand. But hold on, Chuck, man. What I can understand, you know, you're saying the exact same thing that he said yesterday. But he's saying he disagrees with you. You're saying you can't outplay somebody and lose. Yesterday, Orville said Boston outplayed New York in the first 2 games and lost. And then he's but you're both of you are saying the exact same thing. So he's gonna explain what he means, and you can explain what you means as well. So I'm kind of confused. I don't know.
I am saying I'm very always maintain that you can play better road.
All right, sir.
Him always said, as far as my memory is, him said that not possible.
I still think so. I still don't think it's possible.
As I said, me have real life situation. I'm watching no football game.
I watched that
Argentina basketball.
I watched that Argentina. Yesterday Argentina Brazil game where you just scored.
Yeah.
I watched that game as well.
Yeah. Brazil outplay Argentina.
No.
Oh, no.
I see them outpossess them.
Outpossess.
Right.
And Miller get so much chances and never get any of them in the goal.
Yes,
and he just outpossess.
Yes, for me, and I've explained this over the years. The word played. We are out on the field to achieve the same objective. For me to kick the ball in your goal more often than you kick it in a man. Football is simple. Now, if at the end of the game, me kick the ball more often in a field goal than you kick it in mine. Yeah. We call that period of time. We were playing. Now, you can't be playing better than me when me achieve the objective.
Well, Knicks shoot the ball in the basket more than Boston in the first 2 games, and you said Boston outplayed New York. They were playing, and you said Boston outplayed New York.
You have any more?
Zidane, you watch that 90 World Cup game?
Yeah, man, I watched the game, man. It was a famous game. When
And you don't think that Brazil played better alone?
No, remember, say me know say in football, me don't know about basketball still, but in football, you definitely can have the better after play and lose the game, for sure.
Yeah?
Yes.
But you can't get over from that one goal, yeah.
All right.
You know you're going to live down that one, yeah. I just said so.
All right, big up yourself.
That's one of them things, eh.
As I said, Chuck, there will be people who take your side of the argument, and there will be people who take mine.
Yeah, but you get it wrong this time.
No, but Chuck, you know, because you can come around to our side now, you know. You agree with us now that you can't.
agree with us
yes.
now, you can't play better alone. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, we accept that.
Yes.
All right, Orville. Take care.
All right, we'll take a break. We're coming back.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say, yeah, man, to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926-HAWK. Conditions apply.
For all your genuine Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Suzuki, and Subaru parts, visit Excel Auto Parts, the Auto Parts Hub, located at 95.5 Hadley Park Road. Opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 923-2356-7 and 757-2357. Civil servants, come and take advantage of our 50% discount all year round. Once you visit Excel Auto, you will come back. Excel Auto Parts, your parts hub.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back. We're back online. It's what do we do, Astar? We go back online. Hello.
Greetings.
Rastafari. What's up?
Good afternoon, Rock.
Yeah, man. Give thanks and praise, man. How about of you?
Boy, I'm good enough.
And how's my beautiful girl in the studio?
I'm doing good.
Give thanks and praise, my love. May I say, big up to the local people, them, you don't know already, and all those within the diaspora, and all for the staff of Omega, locally and internationally. Not true?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing said. Yeah, man, give thanks. Zidane,
Mm-hmm.
you're back on your feet again.
Yes.
Give thanks and praise, my bedroom, because we were hoping for your speedy recovery, you know? And you don't know it, when you're down. But give thanks, the eye up and running again.
Indeed.
Give thanks, my brother, give thanks. Yeah, man, I want peace of that conversation, you know, brethren, between me and the eye. Because I want you to know, Mr. Zidane, from even before you start to call this program, you know.
Yes.
Me and my brethren go at this thing, you know, my brethren, between me and the eye, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know, just since you come, the conversation start, you know.
Yeah, man, I'm aware.
From them time there, you know.
Yes.
Right? Orville?
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, man.
But what to make answer about Orville is not getting changed, you know. Because you're supposed to know Orville by now. It's not going to change.
No, not
I feel say Orville never used to play football, Rasta. Now tell you that, my virgin to that. I mean, why I say so? Football is a unique game. You pick me up.
Yes.
Brazilians, even when they were kingpin, come and tell Orville this already. When Brazil say them going to beat you, them not say them are going to play better than you, you know. And yet still people know that Brazil normally play some beautiful football, you know. Especially in the time when they were reigning. You know where they?
Mm-hmm.
Brazil say, if you score 1, me I score 2.
Yes.
If you score 2, me I score 3. So they're saying, how we going to beat you is outscore. We're going to outscore you.
Yeah.
Because we know that once a team outscore a next team, you must win the game.
Yeah.
Not true?
Yeah.
But then we know that football is a thing wherein the only way you know who played the better ball, it is unless you sit down, watch the game, and analyze it.
Yes.
Because, I tell you this, not because you win compulsory, you play the better ball. The team will lose can play the better ball, and the team will win can play the better ball also.
Me and you
It depends on how the match go through when you watch it. I'm going to tell you this, man.
Yeah.
I play a game one at a time. See? I'm going to play a semi-final. And to me, I know I have a good speed, you know?
Yes.
I play a fullback. So I was an overlapping fullback. You see me idea with? So the game start, I'm going to say, boom, and I blow the whistle. I say, yo, and them send the ball down, you know. I'm move, go down there, you know, my brethren.
Right.
Carry the ball to the flag, you know.
Yeah.
And hit a Z cross. And my lip man go so, boom, score.
Yeah.
Less than a minute, you know.
Yeah.
You see, serious again, my brethren.
You know, if you defend.
The man them fling down some ball upon you, so my brethren, is a shame.
But
guess what now?
Yeah.
So I know my team can play.
Yeah.
Me a captain for my defense, you know. Look at them and say, yo, you hear me? Them not pass today, you know. Don't give them a penalty. Them not pass today because we know once them not score upon you, you're still in the game.
That is my
Not
thing.
true?
Yes.
So me no mind them outplay me.
You can go on with all of the possession, you know. At the goal, how much goal you score me or what?
That is what me say now. So then now, when that team fling down some ball for me, at one point me so vexed because the link man for the next team, when me that camp along a play, me and them play for the same team. But in play link, you know, when me play camp along, I play forward. But for my club team now, me play defense. You pick me up.
Yeah.
Me look at them and say, yo, Daz, you not pass me, you know. You not pass today, you know.
Yeah, man. But Ross, you tell me about an individual game. Me I talk about an overall principle, my boss.
Listen,
me can't beat you, but you play better than me.
Don't cut me, you know.
Only in basketball.
Brethren,
Only in basketball it can happen, Ross.
Virgin, don't cut me.
Yeah.
Because I remember saying, you know, we have been at this before. Right? I was using one game of that example when even me personally experience.
The man is now admitting that you can actually outplay the team, my boss, and lose the game.
You've admitted it?
Yes. He said yesterday that Knicks are...
No. I want to hear him say so, Rastafari.
Knicks is now 3-1 up in the series. He said yesterday that Knicks won for the first time yesterday by outplaying Boston. So he's saying in the other games that Boston lost, Boston outplaying New York.
Are you Orville?
Not the context.
Oh no, Orville, man.
Not the context.
Sure, man. How can I think that, man?
But I prefer to. But you've been listening to the program from morning, or you just like
Yeah, man. That's what I call you, man.
Eh?
That's what I call you.
But I use outplayed in inverted commas. When I said this are the only game them outplayed them. It's called a.
And them lose?
No, man. You don't understand the context.
You understand the context?
No. Yesterday, the first two games when Knicks win,
I
came and said, but you know, the Knicks, Celtics give them 2 games. They were leading by 20 in both games, and at the last stretch, them just basically.
I didn't get it all.
Just didn't play well. Just had a horrible fourth quarter.
So they were playing better.
No, man. When the game done, no Knicks play better, brother. Knicks not win the game.
No, man. No, you see, you're going right back on the thing then.
No, me not going back at that. Knicks played better because Knicks won the game.
No, that not try to tell you, man. You see, where you are doing, you know, you are set. You have to wait till a match done to know who play better.
Yes, me have to wait.
That's what I say, you know.
Yes, then now when the game done, me I don't know who play better.
Within a game now, he's as a commentator. You can put them on and say, boy, you know, this game has been going on for a couple of minutes now. You know, so and so is
in a football game
having the better of play.
In a football game, if you not score and me not score, what are you doing better than me? What important thing are you doing?
That is why the play, because but they have, I don't know score, they are still playing.
But I'm saying I stop you from
play now, and you describe it now.
Me I stop you from score for me.
hear me, son?
Yeah.
Why you commentate now? Me not see the game now.
Yeah.
I see it and I really me depend. So me have depend on your commentary now.
You have the better the
I have
possession.
a picture now of what is happening within the game, don't it?
You're possessing the ball better than me.
Possessing.
Yeah.
So I'm not play better.
If you not score, I may not score. If the score is 0-0, no.
So which football book you looking at?
Me not looking at football book.
I score you for score if your team play better than next.
Me not looking at the football.
So why you think sometimes coaches make changes on them side? Sometimes a man not really man in position in a break.
Yeah, because individually somebody not do what to do. And a coach might think him need to make changes to improve his chances of winning again.
So that is why something.
Or if he might win.
That is why something is taking place within the game before the game finishes.
Russ, we've been having this argument for 15 years. We're not going to say nothing different.
Regardless of the score.
Yes.
So then you know supposed to observe the game now and analyze it to determine.
Let me tell you what I can. Let me tell you what I can look at a game and say it, Russ. I can look at a game where this side will get 1-0. Me think them play better that day, because this side will win play better, you know. That day, you know. But me can look on them two teams and say, you know, say them two teams I should have played 5 more times. The team where, yeah, man, me can tell you say that team overall. Me think said overall them is a better team, you know. But you see today,
why?
But only for things, man. But me say
how them play.
Yes, but me I tell you say today. The facts of the man them score and you not score. Or the facts of the man them score 2 goals and you not score none. Me have to say, boy, you make the man them play better than you today.
Ross,
but we can look and know say, you know, say generally if them to beat again, side A or B.
Ross, you know why he thinks that way? Because while watching that game, he knew that the team was playing better.
Yeah, that is true.
It just the result never got for them way.
That of course.
So him say that they were clearly a class above this team, even though them lose the game. So that's why I know if them play again, I think them are going to win most of the time.
Hey, Zidane,
that's simple that.
Zidane, you know what caused the conversation on this station, yeah? At the Argentina-Brazil game, you know.
All right. Yeah. Ross, you have your views, I may have mine. Big up yourself. Respect.
No, man, but listen to me.
Yeah.
A catcher get caught.
All right. Big up.
So who will I catch them?
One goal, Ross.
Rastafari. Give thanks.
Make we go back online. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Teach again.
Teach.
Yeah, man. You know, Zidane, I want you to listen carefully. I have to agree with Orville. And it's not just to agree with Orville. I've been hearing this conversation for such a long time. Now, there is the aesthetic of the game, meaning that how the audience view it.
No, but Orville agrees with me now, doing a caller.
No, man, but I'm saying I agree with Orville. I understand what, yeah, man, I hear a lot of things.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Yeah, man, I agree with you, but I don't agree with you. Understand? So if I agree with you, I'm sticking to the point that teams do not.
You see every argument. You see every argument that Orville put forward explaining why he thought New York only outplayed Boston in one game. Those are my arguments.
Okay, those are your arguments.
As to why it can happen in football. So take on Orville.
No, I'm not taking on Orville.
No. I'm saying to you all the examples that Orville gave as to the context what he meant by New York only outplaying Boston in one game despite leading 3-1. All those arguments are also my argument as to why you can play better in football and lose. So it's take on Orville.
Oh, so you are narrowing your narrative to football.
Yes.
Also, you're not really okay.
Football means that.
If you're saying that.
But Orville now I say basketball, you can outplay the team.
Going to football, no. I'm not talking about basketball. Going to football.
No, but me I say it's not me if you take on it now.
Me just a share a point. Okay. Not take on no.
All right.
The point is that I don't believe that you can play better and lose either. I tell you why I say that. And it's a percentage game. I understand. You can see some game where clearly one team is better than the next, and by some miraculous reason. But those are the odd situations. Remember, what's the objective? The objective is to.
No, but remember, there's outplay and outplay, sir.
No, man, but that's not the objective. The objective is not to outplay, it's to win the game.
No, but what I'm saying to you,
we're going to a game.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm talking in the context of that. There are some games where I can destroy you, but there are some games where it's me give the game. So when I say a team outplays a team in football, I attack the games, I need that share the games. Them I attack.
Wait,
So I get a whole heap of empty goal and miss my boss. I mean, and you not get the defense any great credit. So them attack. That's my argument.
Well, you understand your point. But again, my point is this, that there are teams that their tactical flaw is different from other teams. And when you view the game, one team just look better. Just look as one would say prettier than the other team. And therefore, when they lose, people come away with the idea that the better team lose. But the fact of it being that they have work on a game plan. Their game plan is to sit back or to
but
not
you know,
have
so
much of the ball.
you know,
or,
me
you know,
not go there teach. It may not be a game plan, you know. Me not think the Argentina-Brazil game that is so often cited. Argentina did plan for Brazil have so much of the ball. So I'm not talking about that maybe a game plan. Sometimes the team just have the possession and you have to just know that. But I keep saying, if you have the possession and you keep kicking with the ball, or kick it on the post, or the goalkeeper safe, me can't credit you for that. You know?
Farm before them with that farm before.
You get me? Me just believe, say,
no, but,
all of that position, you should have made it count. And the other team get one or two chances, made them count.
Go ahead,
we give a minute or two after.
Farm them with that farm before them, I miss them to go them teach. We're coming back.
For all your genuine Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Suzuki, and Subaru parts, visit Excel Auto Parts, the Auto Parts Hub, located at 95.5 Hagley Park Road. Opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 923-2356-7 and 757-2357. Civil servants, come and take advantage of our 50% discount all year round. Once you visit Excel Auto, you will come back. Excel Auto Parts, your parts hub.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim says he has no intention of walking out on the club. In the immediate aftermath of Sunday's Premier League defeat by West Ham, Amorim said he could not sort the club's problem out heading into next season. United should find someone who could. That has been interpreted as the former Sporting boss beginning to realize that he has taken on a job that might be beyond him. However, in the UEFA briefing at Old Trafford arranged to preview the Europa League final against Tottenham on May 21, he said that was not the case. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Rextra, Heineken, True Milk, Reigns, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating Gaming and Laws Act.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, do we take the text messages and the YouTube messages? All right, we start with the YouTube.
Is it the caller still there? Yeah, man, the caller is still there.
It's still there. Oh, yes, my boss.
Yeah, man. In the minute, what happened is, but I feel as a coach, my perspective is this: if I'm entering into a game that I know possession-wise, this team is better than me. You understand? But on the game day, my tactics might outperform his. and therefore I might come out the winner of that game.
Yeah.
And in that game, I would play better because if a man kick the post, you understand, it can be debated that I might defend that show him off send it the post.
No.
All of these are factors.
Man. Yeah, no, man, but
all of these are factors.
No, man, me cannot farm the fool, man.
No.
Yeah, man, I found the food in front of goal. Just like how we hear that. No, man, just like how we hear that Boston. That's like how we hear that Boston was farming the fool in the first two games of boss. So it means that in a particular context where Boston was outplaying New York, Boston was farming the fool. So when me I miss a plethora of easy chances, my boss, and me I farm the fool. I'm not giving the defense great credit. Like how we never that game. New York get great credit for the first two games.
I put my 2 cents in this debate. If you sit and look at it at different angles, there's no winning in this debate. As far as I'm concerned.
In the same way New York not getting any great credit for the first two games, when me miss a plethora of empty chances, you don't create many, if any. I squeeze me, I farm the fool, sir.
Okay, sir.
Good, sir.
All right,
big up yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right, sir. Yeah, man. Cool.
All right. We check the text now. All right.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
All right. So I think we pick up from where we last left off. I understand clearly what Orville is saying. Shericka Jackson was beaten by a Spanish sprinter that is not in her league at the World Relays. Zidane, go easy. You are not tactful with your critiques.
Well, Shericka Jackson was forming the fool. Yes, sir.
Gregory says this show is an embarrassment to Omega Radio. Too much ego. Big men acting like two little girls up in them feelings. When Orville is judged by his standards, he's found wanting. In reality, I can't even call both of you guys anymore. I have to say, girls, stop the tracing. This is so embarrassing right in front of the student. I've been a fan of the show for years and I've lost total respect. If it's not working out between you guys, Zidane should leave the show. Zidane should leave show. Zidane should leave. Show must go on. Another one says, I only feel sorry for the young girl, but people acting like this wasn't coming. Needs help. All right, can we go to the WhatsApp page now? All right, so here we go. Orville foot get broke from in a Orville, how this go? Orville foot get broke from in a the giant. Him could have deal Zidane bigger. A football team can play better and lose the game. However, I'm suggesting the callers either debate it or stop trying to convince Orville. Save time. Homewood 95. Zidane is Zidane. People just being biased against Zidane. First, I hear YouTube text being read, and they are against Zidane. Suspicious. All right. We leave it. That's all. All right, we go back on. We take the next one. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and your young lady guest.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, man. I've been listening from 1 o'clock, and everybody has form their own opinion on in sporting event and what can happen during sport.
Hold on, before you get into your things, people are sending me messages that they are sending in text and they are not being read. Continue, my boss.
Yeah, man. And my own opinion is that I think it is possible to play better in any sport and you still lose the game.
Yes.
That is my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. So when I think we just have to respect each other's opinion in what we think about it. I can't say, Orville, I can't say I agree with you, and that's it, but me have my point.
Yeah, man,
I think we have to make it up, how we push it. But Orville, many swords and daggers are out for you. So one slip of the tongue, and say, a fire for you.
I know.
In terms of all of this.
Yeah, man, I know.
So you have to expect it.
I know.
So you have to choose your words carefully
No.
when you are talking.
But Carla, to be fair, man, for the failure, they are a lot of people come at me when I say things as well. And there's another program on another radio station where they come at the host as well. There's nothing unique about people coming at talk show hosts, especially talk show hosts who think them bad, just like myself and others. So there's nothing unique about that, though, Carla.
No, there's nothing unique about it, you know. But when you're a host and you probably think you're always right, people just want a slip of your tongue in whatever you say, and then them have a chance to say, "Yeah, man, I get back at you now."
I remember one day I saw a film, but I thought it was the actual game of the 100 points that Wilt scored. And I said, yeah, man, I saw some highlights of the game. And G-Star could not wait. Him and Garvey and I think CC jumped down for me and said, Zidane, which game with Wilt, which highlights, which film? And I have to say, no, man, they narrated it and brought up other films and other games, and I thought it was act Dutch. The man would nearly kill me. So it happens, my boss. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, man, it goes to everybody. It goes to both you as a co-host and you and Orville as the host, right?
Yes.
The young miss is there, and I think she has learned a lot since a couple of days she has been there. But gentlemen, I just want it to be kept cordial and respectful in everything what we do, right? I'm not saying Orville, you can't disagree with Zidane. Zidane, you can't disagree with Orville. That's how the show will grow. Because all the way can't be a yes man and say, I agree with everything that you say or you say. So people have to form their own opinion in terms of what they believe in. And we have lively discussion. That's all we need on the show, you know. Lively discussion. And I don't think Zidane is being disrespectful when him do what him do. Him just on the show, Orville is not disrespectful.
No, but Carl, if you go back to when Badger was on, the conversation was very peaceful. No disrespect was happening while we were discussing the topic. I thought Orville was out of order when he said, when the people called to talk about the topic, he's going to only talk to them. We are co-hosts. We are on a talk show program to discuss topics of the day. He's basically telling me that when the callers call on the talk about the topic, I should keep quiet.
Zidane, I think Orville mean it that way. I take up for him, but what I think he mean is that if I meet them call for kill, let me deal with it.
That's exactly
probably other way.
No, but when the callers call and I discuss things with me, he joins the conversation. No. I've never ever said that. No, let me deal with it. And I say that was disrespectful.
All right.
And my tone, I said nothing wrong. I wasn't loud. I was very respectful. And you went on to say, because of the things I was saying, that when people call, you're only going to talk to them.
All right. I believe it. That's some about.
Yeah, but as I said, Zidane, I think Orville mean it in a disrespectful way. When me think him a deal with is that I me them call for kill Zidane.
No, but what I'm saying to you, when it's the other way around, when they come at me, he gets involved in the conversation, and I say nothing. I never ever yet said no, Orville, stay out of this. I could not be that out of order to say that to the co-host, my boss.
No, I don't come on the caller side to take your answer. But we can leave.
Well, gentlemen, what may I have to say? Maybe that's my final.
You heard that a while ago, my boss.
Yeah.
My final say on this is that the sports desk,
yes,
are the biggest talk show in Jamaica, right? And we as hosts and co-hosts have to keep it that way.
All right, sir. We'll leave it there.
Respect have to be shown right across the board, right around the board. And we have our differences and express it. But some of the time the differences we have can be expressed off the air also. Right? So we as the listeners come across to us as anything.
All right.
You know, so I love the show. I listen to the show. I don't get much time for call, but I just want that level of respect there for each other. See up on the show, brethren.
Leave it there. Leave it there.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Make us squeeze in a few more. We go back on. Hello. Hello. All right. So the numbers are 615-2841. I hear the phones going. So I suspect we'll be ready soon. Here we are. Hello. Hello. All right. We try again, Astar. We go back on. Hello.
My time?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Paul.
Big up, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up.
Yeah, man.
Orville.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Let's go and take some beat, man.
All
That's how
right.
you go. Yeah, we don't want the
Lift the
victim
voice.
thing.
Lift the voice, Paul. You're saying it too low.
Yeah, we don't want the victim thing and them money always go against you and all that kind of thing there. Take your beating. You're on the radio beating Garvey. Whole day I went. Monday or Tuesday. Laugh and everything was happy. You beat Dwight Chatty when him talk about double ducks. You beat CC. So when the man gets a chance to beat you, take your beating. And the rest of the man them out there, I put on them hazmat suit and them shield and them Captain America shield and I flying at them green and whatever type they want to run even and protect Orville. Get away, man.
All right.
Orville is good enough to protect himself.
All right. Bull.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right. And Orville, this style where you have,
Mm.
of every time you hear that get beaten, you say, oh, yeah, man.
Hold on. We're not here, you know, Bull. We're not here. We don't know what is happening.
We're on the break. So try and sort it out, but maybe I should call the other line. I'm not sure if it's available, but you're going in and out. So we're on the break though, so maybe it's going to be better on the other side. We're coming back.
For all your genuine Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Suzuki, and Subaru parts, visit Excel Auto Parts, the Auto Parts Hub, located at 95.5 Hagley Park Road. Opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 923-2356-7 and 757-2357. Civil servants, come and take advantage of our 50% discount all year round. Once you visit Excel Auto, you will come back. Excel Auto Parts, your parts hub.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Ranks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating, Gaming and Law Act.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right. Back online. What you're signaling, Astar? YouTube. But we still have Bull, right? Oh, we lost Bull. Oh, so we do some more YouTube. Where were we?
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
All right. I think I'm going to pick up from D. Madre. Why on do make the young lady read Sports a Minute? She's just there taking in all of the madness. Shia Alex says, please let him know that only God always right. Somebody said Orville outplayed. Orville outplayed mean outplayed, no matter the sport or how you do it. Gregory Nelson said, if the young lady is back tomorrow, allow her to do Sports Minute. Garfield Leslie says, Zidane must remember that is Orville bring him in the business. Don't be ungrateful, you. What does bringing him in the biz have to do with beating Orville? Argument. Maverick Daly, let the young miss at least read the text messages. While you're getting a lot of people saying that they want to hear you read it.
Yeah, let me give an example to the listeners, the ones that minds are open and are fair. For example, Stephen A. Smith, when the gentleman, the former NFL player, left Fox, he had a disagreement with Skip Bayless. Stephen A. Smith went to the boss at ESPN and said, listen, bring Shannon Sharp here. Guess what? Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp were every day on the thing. I don't understand why is there a problem if there's a topic and the callers pretty predominantly is disagreeing with Orville, I must just keep quiet. This is that base caller we just said to the previous caller, you know, that when the callers coming at me, he doesn't take their sides. If there's an argument and you disagree, put your point forward. I'm going to go home tonight and sleep well and come back. For example, Badger argument about me giving Crebola 85%. Badger made some great points, and Diego came and add to Badger's points, and I think that maybe 85 was too much. Me not go and go cry and upset that anybody think. And over the same disagree and would have said 50-50. I have no problem with it. Why is it that when I'm putting, and again, the tape is there for the Badger call, I was very calm, very respectful, and I don't understand why when Badger was finishing, I heard that only the callers I'm going to talk to. I don't get it.
All right, so we read 2 or 3 more. Christopher Reynolds says, Zidane, you need to stop. Garfield Leslie said, need to hear the young Miss voice. And I'll read 2 more. Headley, this show is embarrassing. Zidane, you can disagree with Orville, but why do you sound so loud, aggressive, and abusive? I've never heard Orville speak to you in such rage and tone. One last one from Richard Lawrence. This conversation is for a meeting. All right, so we're ready to go back on with the callers. All right, here we go. Hello.
Mike.
Oh, Bull, you're back. Yes.
All right. HR what, man? We're on a program and that is what happens. Regular it happens.
Them say lift your voice. Them say lift your voice.
When the money milk is Zidane, when Zidane go bring up Jamaica's hero, national hero, where they pay money. What's his name again?
Blacker boy.
Walter Boy. Yeah. Zidane getting beaten. I'm taking beaten.
Why?
We just take a beating.
I'll rule them attack me.
Yeah, man, I'm taking beating. Even if Orville says something that him don't mean. I've heard persons misuse words. And Orville is saying, bright. I don't know what the word means.
I don't want to say
that. So
that.
when you split your tongue now and people are beating about it.
I try and stay as calm as I can. Because the beating is not the point. I don't have a problem with people disagreeing in a bull. Let me tell you that every day of the week. I have built a name and a reputation. This show was created on the basis of arguments, my boss. This show wouldn't have been as popular and as big if everybody agreed with everybody. All I've been saying is that there's a way to go about it. You get me? Especially.
I've also said to you
but make we leave it.
When they're talking to person, stop talking about person, a bright and disrespect person, intellect. And you said nobody can tell us what to do. So why you want to tell other person how to beat you?
No, man, it's hard. What's the other point here?
Anyway, Zidane.
Yes.
Say Manchester United now. May I reason about this Manchester United Arsenal thing?
Mm-hmm.
Cool?
Yes.
All right. I want you to understand the context in which I am talking. I am talking as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm talking about now?
Yes.
All right. Manchester United goes on to win the Europa League. As weak as it might be, as Saudi rightfully put players say. Because when I check it out, I realize the majority of teams will step down from the Champions League after finishing third in them group. Majority of them normally reach into the quarterfinals.
Yes.
And an average of 20 normally in the semi.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So we know say the competition weak.
Yeah, it's no longer the case.
It's no longer that's
no longer the case.
It was weak before, and it's weaker now.
Mm-hmm.
But as a fan, you win something, gets you into Champions League. Arsenal can't talk to me if you know nothing. As a fan.
We can't talk. We can't talk to you.
About no great analysis.
All right. As a fan.
Never troll you.
All right. Fine. You can't troll, man. So we know trolling and nonsense, People just troll and make joke. They're not serious. But I'm saying, as a fan, would you trade places now with Arsenal? Where Arsenal club is at versus where United is at? Which would you prefer as a fan right now today?
During the season, Arsenal. End of the season.
No, man. No. I'm saying going forward. So you know what has happened this season. Yes. Today. Yes.
Rather man, you go win a league.
No. You're saying you already said as a fan you're glad you're going to win. But I'm saying as a club now, where Arsenal is at.
But I'm telling you the context in which I'm arguing is as a fan.
No, but I heard you, man. But I'm asking you a separate question now. As a fan.
You have to ask me the question in context of what we are talking about.
No. So I understand what you're saying now, so I've moved on. I'm not going to take you on because as a fan, you got trolled. If we win. If you win? So you're trolling. You're not serious. So trolling is not a serious thing.
But that's what we've been doing, though.
All right, fine.
As a fan, fans troll.
Okay, good. So come from my perspective.
So when the last one now, so we got now to the analysis now.
Yes.
So you stop calling man fool and whatever for laugh. Let's move on.
All right.
So now we say, as a club,
yes,
where would I rather be? Arsenal, brother. Next season looks better for me as a club in terms of where my team is at, the strength of my team, the position of my club, to go and challenge for real title.
Okay.
Now, even if we win the Champions League, a lot of Manchester United fans know say we're going to go there and probably finish 25th.
All right.
And jump out the Champions League, you understand? But
yes.
As a fan don't we talk about. Lord man them.
All right, Bull, them say we have
win
to
Wednesday,
yeah?
me and you.
All right. You better win Wednesday. Go take this for the match.
We leave it here. We have
okay.
Yeah, Bull, big up. We have 6 minutes. We're going to give 3 minutes each to the next two. You have 2, right? Astar. All right, we're going to give them 3 minutes each, as we tend to do it down at the last part. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you have 3 uninterrupted.
Good afternoon, KLS Massive.
Good afternoon.
Orville.
Yes.
Like me, Texas say, I think he put it aptly. When Mr. Higgins is judged by his own standards,
yes,
he's found wanting, he's found short.
Right.
Yeah. So I say disrespect.
Yeah.
Now, how subtle disrespect is, you know. You call me Dunce on a program, you know.
Huh.
You tell me when me have to take your hand about the thing about you'd have cut off your hand for $1 million. The day you say below average is that Dunce. Was that disrespectful?
If you find it disrespectful,
I
wouldn't blame
find it disrespectful.
No. I'm saying I can understand
okay,
why you
right.
would.
So you say this play better and lose. All right, you know what, Zidane, you really can't take on still, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You believe say a team can play better and lose?
Yes.
So when you come back around to that?
When me come back around?
Because you did believe at one point you cannot play better. First when you was a caller, you never buy into it.
Yeah.
Then eventually you bought into it. You tell me on this program and say, below average, it don't make sense, man. You can't play better and lose, man.
No, you're mistaken. Below.
No, hey, you see, unlike Orville, Orville say him say something in inverted commas. What you say, Orville?
I've never.
I'm going back to Orville.
Yes.
May I say I do everything quickly, you know.
Yeah,
for 3 minutes now.
Yeah.
You said things in inverted commas. Now, when me ask to myself, I say, if it's not written down, how if you know say you say it in inverted commas?
You're not going to. I made have to tell you.
Oh, so when you talk about it, you say it in inverted commas.
If you listen
how
to
would I know say it is inverted commas and it is not written down?
Because if you've been listening to the context of what I said from the week start, you'd understand.
Inverted commas, something me have to say on paper.
You would get it if you did that fella. But I can understand.
So me I say Zidane. You tell Zidane, back to Zidane.
Yes.
You tell me below average on this program one day me argue with you. I mean, remember, you know, you use against the play better and lose with from Orville side. You say you can play better and lose. Then after a while, you start to buy into the argument.
No, I've never done any such thing.
Yes, man. You tell me in so many words. When we challenge upon it, you said to me, and you also to you, and I quote, then Zidane it not make sense. Below average it not make sense, man. When you look into it, you can't play better and lose.
No. Let me
unquote.
No. Let me tell you what.
Yes, exactly.
No. I've never changed from that. I can outplay you and you win the game. Let me tell you what I was telling you. When the argument switched to who did better. Remember, it was always play better and lose. And when great arguments came up, Orville then switched and started.
Play better and outplay are the same thing.
No, but I'm saying Orville did move the conversation and started.
Me understand that.
Started to use did better. So I'm saying once he used did better.
You see the word did? You see the word did?
No, but who did better? No, but listen to Below Average, man. Below Average, give me a chance, man.
Well, man, I said did. It kind of color it a different way.
Exactly. So once did better come in, you have to agree then, yes, that team did better. That me did say to you, my boss. Me never change from the old play part.
Play better, man. Everything has always been played.
But I'm saying
you hear you today now, and some argument today you put up. Me to myself say.
Anyways.
When him change.
No, you're mistaken.
Oh well, me always get it wrong still, you know.
But me not gonna say you're done still. Me not gonna call him done still.
No, me call back, you know. Me not get it. No, look here. You see me? Me a real man, you know. Me tough, you know. I'm tough from inside out. There's anything on me dish out. Unlike Orville, anything on me dish out, me can take it. Me can eat it. Anything on me dish out.
All right.
You understand? Orville, you kind of feel like you seem to believe you're insulated. You're not insulated.
No. That's not the issue. We talk off here and I'll tell you what the real issue is.
No, we're not talking off here. We're not talking to no journalist half an year.
All right, cool. What do we do now, my boss? 2 more?
Below Average, you know, easy.
Huh? What you say? All right, cool. Where would it stop?
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
All right. So we did stop at Headley, and then this, and then we come down. 104 people watching because of mix-up and argument. Orville don't want Zidane to agree with callers when Orville is wrong. Each time that happens, Zidane and Orville war. You can't be serious. If a man argument, Bramble, you are saying you shouldn't call it out because you brought them in the biz. Apparently this person was reacting to another one. Well, it's coming up to a minute.
That is it also?
Can leave it here. Eh? All right, people. Was another eventful program. I know people would come in. You know what I mean, Astar? I knew. They want a slip up in expression. But people understand me. Inverted commas. Me never really did a stick up on it as a principle. You know, at the only time them really outplay a team. Yeah? We know what I was saying. Doesn't change my position in any way. I understand the banter. Really have no problem with it. The show is built on that. But I have another issue, which I will not discuss or talk about. Not here, not now. But we'll leave it here. Catch you all tomorrow.
All right, big up to us to Hoyt. We all have issues. Big up yourself, us to big up Miss Marian. Join us tomorrow, same place, same time, all over again. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful day.
It is your right to know what you want.